Welcome, Team DLZ, to another rendition of Delete Laws. What's going on out there in the land of America? What is going on? How's everybody doing today? You know, when we take a look at these jackboot thug pigs, when we take a look at them and you see what they do and how they do it, it just makes you want to vomit. It really does. Luis Rodriguez. Everybody, do me a favor. Let's get into this video. But before we do that, hit the like button. If you would, please, the thumbs up button down there. Just take you 1 second. Just reach down there real fast and hit the like button. It'll literally just take you 1 second. YouTube's got the serious shadow ban on me right now. You can't even imagine. You can't even imagine. I thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Everybody hit the like button. And then one more thing. If you would put into the chat, Ricky Hobby has already got it. OTVO. Chevy's got it. OTVO. Put that down in the chat below. OTVO. And then we're going to open with Luis Rodriguez. And the thing that blew me away about this story is that Luis Rodriguez had just finished his training being a piggy.
A brand new Metro police officer who had just graduated from the police academy this past Friday was fired before his first day on the job. Louisville Metro Police say they were called to a non-injury crash on Saturday on Frankfort Avenue at McCready, and they discovered that LMPD officer Luis Rodriguez had hit several parked cars. He was
First day on the job.
Still in the driver's seat of his car.
He was in the driver's seat of his car
when officers got there.
When officers got there, he was still behind the wheel of the car, wasted drunk, first day.
Rodriguez was arrested and charged with DOI, according to Metro Police. He had just graduated from the academy on Friday. His first shift was scheduled for Sunday.
So he hadn't even got to his first shift yet. He had just graduated.
Got there. Rodriguez was arrested and charged with DOI, according to Metro Police. He had just graduated from the academy on Friday. His first shift was scheduled for Sunday.
Put a 1 in the chat if that's typical of the piggies. Put a 1 in the chat if that is typical piggy right there. That is unbelievable. This guy didn't even have his first day on the job being a pig before he started abusing the powers that we bestow upon him. Before the video starts, make sure you watch the full video till the end to understand everything that happened in this video. Thank you.
All right, y'all, what's going on here?
Was this the same guy that had the gun put to his head? He's got a concealed carry, and that pigtail copper lost her shit and pulled the gun out and pointed at his head? Because he's always filming cops. Is this the same one? Can someone let me know if this is the same copper? Same guy who was the victim of that copper?
Yes, how you doing?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Very loud exhaust.
Okay.
I mean, really, is that what we really want police in America doing? Man, your exhaust was really loud. Really? We allow Harley Davidsons to drive up and down the streets in this country. We allow motorcycles to go up and down the roads. They are 100 times louder than any person's exhaust. A Harley Davidson will end a movie shoot. If you're shooting something on location and a Harley Davidson fires up, your movie shoot's over unless you go pay that Harley guy off. But this cop, this jackboot thug pig, put it in the comment section for me, please. JBTP, jackboot thug pig. Put it in the comment section for me. JBTP. This jackboot thug pig pulled this guy over for his exhaust.
Loud exhaust.
Okay.
Do you have your driver's license on you?
Is that the reason why you pulled me over?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how could you tell by my exhaust?
Because you drove right by me.
Okay.
Oh, and so he just decided. This pig right here decided. Your exhaust was too loud. Your exhaust was too loud. You drove by me and I thought your exhaust was too loud. And so I'm going to pull you over. I need to see your papers. And if you mess up any of this along the way, or I think you're reaching, I will kill you. And why am I going to be killing you? Because I decided your exhaust was too loud. Your exhaust was too loud.
At what RPM?
Doesn't matter.
What miles per hour?
27150A of the vehicle code states you cannot modify
What miles per hour was I?
it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, did you see his little nerve? So, watch the piggy's right shoulder. Watch the piggy's right shoulder right here. As soon as you engage in a back and forth with a piggy, their ego gets involved. This little piggy's ego is involved already. You're questioning my authority?
27150A of the vehicle code states you cannot modify
What miles per
Oh,
hour?
a little nervous twitch with the arm there.
it. Doesn't matter.
It does
I'm not
matter.
stopping you for your speed.
It does
Can I
matter.
see your driver's license, please?
You obviously don't know about cars. That's for sure.
He doesn't care, bro. He doesn't care. What's the jackboot thug pig's goal? To pull you over, impound your car, arrest you, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That's the cop's goal.
X-ray 17, check my call.
So how fast was I going?
It doesn't matter. I didn't stop you for your speed. I stopped you because your exhaust is loud.
See, I mean, look, it is what it is. You have to stand on your rights. He's filming the cop, but he's never said the words, "I invoke my First Amendment right." And as you know, because the clearly established prong in federal and district and Supreme Court, the clearly established prong will allow that pig to invoke qualified immunity if you don't state out loud, "I invoke my First Amendment right to be press."
How fast was I going?
It doesn't matter. I didn't stop you for your speed. I stopped you because your exhaust is loud.
He I mean, just let the words ring across your ears. Wait until the pig says these words and I'll stop it.
So how fast was I going?
It doesn't matter how fast you were going. I stopped you because your car's too loud.
It doesn't matter. I didn't stop you for your speed. I stopped you because your exhaust is loud.
So how can my exhaust be loud at a low RPM?
Because it's modified.
Okay.
So why does he care so much? The sirens we hear in the background are much louder than any exhaust. Isn't that noise pollution? We've created arbitrary laws so that pigs can pull you over for anything.
This dude obviously don't know about cars. I guess he's a car enthusiast.
No, brother, he's not. His goal is to pull you over, arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. He doesn't give a shit about you, your car, your exhaust, none of that. He wants to be officer of the month, and he got the most arrests in his apartment. That's what he wants. That's his goal. He wants to arrest you, bro. That's his goal.
He works for Dodge. He works for exhaust pipes. But
No, he doesn't. He works for the state, and the state has an apparatus that's the criminal industrial injustice enterprise, where they lock people up in dungeons, and there's someone who's a billionaire making money on the other side of that. It's got nothing to do with Dodge or... Listen to this.
This dude obviously don't know about cars. I guess he's a car enthusiast. He works for Dodge. He works for exhaust pipes, but I don't know.
He doesn't care, dude.
I got it all on video.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. On video or not, it doesn't matter. They don't care. The process you have to go through to get justice after you're wrongfully charged is so ridiculously huge. The processes you have to do to try to get justice after the cops cheat you, wrongfully charge you, wrongfully persecute you, prosecute you, torture, cuff you, hurt you, illegally detain you, kidnap you, impound your car. The processes you have to go through to get justice are unbelievable. And then even if you do get some kind of payoff, the cops will say that they didn't do anything wrong and admit to no wrongdoing.
Man, he said my exhaust is too loud. At a low RPM.
It's got nothing to do with your exhaust, dude. You see the little beanie you got on? You're brown. Sorry, bruh. You fit the profile. I got to pull you over.
Good looking. What number? 12440N.
Could be a street racer for all that piggy knows. He's trying to just make sure he gets everybody's information.
License plate.
It doesn't matter. There's no third party to call. Who are you going to call? Right in the chat right now. Someone put it in the chat. This cop cheats him. Who does he call? Go ahead. I'm looking at the comment section right now. Who does he call if the cops cheat him? Go ahead. Write it in the comment section. I'll be waiting. I'm ready to read the answer of who he calls and says this jackboot thug pig did too much. Who does he call?
And this is the second time, yo. From the dealership. Yeah, it's on the other side.
This guy, now what's he doing? Going through more of his paperwork. See the license in his hand? Do you see that license in his hand? That's the reason I tell you to make a photocopy of your license, because when that jackboot thug pig is holding your license in his hand and you don't get to get it, it creates this illusion that he took something from you. You have this vested interest in this personal property of your little piece of plastic driver's license. We all do, though. And as soon as he takes it and holds it in his hand, it's like he's got your property, and it makes you feel a certain way. That's why I tell you, make a photocopy of your driver's license front and back. Goes in your visor, above your steering wheel, so your hands never got to go below the steering wheel. See, this man is still caught up in the idea that this is about an exhaust. This is not about an exhaust. This is about trying to find a way to arrest you. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. This is about trying to find a way to arrest you so that they can impound your car, take you to the dungeon, hold your body for a bounty. You have to pay a certain amount to get out, hold your car for a bounty, and then after that, charge you with a bunch of crimes. A bunch of crimes. Keep up the truth, Kelly. Good to see you, Kelly.
Anything done under the hood?
Nope.
Do you mind if I look?
Do you mind if he looks? What's the answer? Yes, I do mind. Do I mind if...
Nope.
Hold on.
Anything done under the hood?
Why are you going to answer that question? Because if you're not, what if someone modified under the hood before you had it? You don't answer that question. When a jackboot thug pig asks you a question, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You say the exact words. Anything modified under the hood, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You never answer a jackboot thug pig's questions.
Anything done under the hood?
Anything done under the hood, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You want to put that on camera and you want to have the literature in your hand. Go around his qualified immunity. Get that pig's badge.
Nope.
He made a mistake. That's why we're reviewing the video. Do not answer a pig's questions.
Do you mind if I look?
Yes, I do.
So this is just the insurance. I don't got my registration with me.
Okay. Yeah. I doubt you're insuring a vehicle that doesn't belong to you, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind showing me under the hood?
Yeah.
I do mind. I don't want you to look in. You stop me for exhaust. If you're saying my exhaust is too loud, then do what you gotta do. Other than that, and be on my way.
Well, I don't want to write you a ticket.
So if you let me violate your Fourth Amendment right to illegal searches and seizures, well, then I won't write you a ticket. That's the pig's negotiation.
My exhaust is too loud, then do what you gotta do. Other than that, and be on my way.
Well, I don't want to write you a ticket. So I just would like to look under the hood.
Well, everything's stocked, man. It's just the air intake.
Do you mind showing me?
Yeah, I don't mind.
So,
Okay.
oh, look at that. Look at that process that we just saw. I'm going to run this back for my editor so that we can clip this right here. This is crazy. This is crazy. The reason he wants to look under the hood is not for this stop, it's for the next one. It's so that he can tag the vehicle, put it in the notes, and then he can be pulled over for nothing. He puts in the notes that this car has an illegal system under the hood. Now, this man will be targeted by every other pig who ever runs his license plate. And as soon as you say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, pig can't ask you another question. If pig asks you another question, he violates the oath he took to the Constitution, which goes around his qualified immunity. The clearly established prong is established. Every single cop in America should know you have a Fifth Amendment right not to be questioned without your attorney present. And so for that reason, the moment you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, that pig can't ask you another question. Now watch this man fail. Watch him fail. He didn't invoke his Fifth Amendment right, and now he's going to buckle and become a target forever.
Okay. Yeah. I doubt you're or insuring a vehicle that doesn't belong to you, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind showing me under the hood?
I don't. Yeah, I do mind. I don't want you to look in. You stopping me for exhaust. If you're saying my exhaust is too loud, then do what you gotta do. Other than that, and be on my way.
I don't want to write you a ticket. So I just would like to look under the hood.
Well, everything's stocked, man. It's just the air intake.
Do you mind showing me?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Fail. Epic fail. 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 Fail.
This is just the air intake.
All right. So, you know the deal with carb stickers, right?
What?
There it is right there. Why would you open up and let a pig inspect your shit? Why would you do this? Well, I just want to...
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Listen to what he says at the end.
I just would like to look under the hood.
I just would like to look under the hood. I don't want to write you a ticket. Does that mean I'm not going to? No, it doesn't. Is that making any promises or guarantees? No, it's not. He's just saying he just would like to. He doesn't want to write you a ticket. That doesn't mean he's not going to look for other tickets so he can include those in a whole bunch of tickets. Or just mark your car so that you can be pulled over for nothing.
Well, everything's stocked, man. It's just the air intake.
Do you mind showing me?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Now he's going to find the crime right here.
Just the air intake.
Here it is.
So, you know the deal with carb stickers, right?
You know the deal with carb stickers, right? He's already starting his pig BS.
What?
Carb stickers. So this is aftermarket air intake, right?
Right.
So,
You just said everything was stocked. You just gave false information to a police officer.
What?
carb stickers. So this is aftermarket air intake, right?
Right.
Right. You said a second ago everything was stock. Now you just said right that that's an aftermarket product. You just committed a crime. I'm not sure if it's a misdemeanor or felony wherever you are, but that's definitely a crime, giving false information to a police officer. I know because when I was 20 years old and I got caught with a fake ID, I was charged with a crime. You cannot lie to the cops even though they can lie to you. Why did he open up the hood? Why did he answer any questions? I just can't get it wrapped around my head.
So, I won't write you a ticket today, okay?
Not today. I'm just going to mark your car so that if it's midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning and we see your car, now I already know you have illegal things in your car. And so now what I can do is I can just pull you over. I'll put it in the notes so that when they do plate readers and they run your car, in the notes it says you can pull him over. He has an illegal product under his hood.
All right. But you do need to get a carb sticker for this because this is refable. Just the air intake is refable, okay? So look up the part number or look up the,
Now you got another daddy. Here's your daddy telling you what to do and how to do it. When you could have invoked your rights and stood on your rights and you'd be telling that pig to take a walk.
AFE power. Just Google it, AFE, whatever your charger this is. It's got your airflow sensor.
you can't read it, but what it says is watch the full video because after he left, I examined my car and the carb sticker was right there the whole time. Right. But in the meanwhile, though, you had to be subjected to this jackboot thug pig cop-splaining to you.
So it should be fine. Get the little carb sticker, stick it right here on the part or under here, and then you're good.
So this brand, get the sticker and just stick it right there.
Yeah, it'll be a CARB, C-A-R-B, California Air Resource Bureau.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And now with technology, they're going to be able to put little testers in your car to test for this, to test for that. That'll report back to they can put little tracking devices in your car on a as big as the tip of your finger. Why wouldn't they put it in the CARB?
Yeah, it'll be a CARB, C-A-R-B, California Air Resource Bureau.
So the California Air Resource Bureau, if you have to have that in your car, why wouldn't they just put tracking devices in it? Why wouldn't they just put listening devices in it? Of course they would.
That makes it legal to modify your emissions.
Okay.
If it's approved by CARB, then you can have the part on.
If it's approved by the California Auto Air whatever, what? Yeah, if it's approved by the state, you can have it. Otherwise, the answer is no. Meanwhile, people can ride Harley Davidsons. It's just so stupid.
You've heard of the state ref, right?
Yeah, state ref. Yeah,
I don't think you want to go to the state ref over something silly like an intake.
Right.
So
the state ref. Is that what he said?
Then you can have the part on your car. You've heard of the state ref, right?
The state ref. No, I never have heard. I think this is California. If anybody knows about the state ref, I'd love to know more.
Yeah, state ref. Yeah,
I don't think you want to go to the state ref over something silly like an intake.
Right.
So your exhaust is loud. Okay, let's be honest with each other, right?
Now he wants you to admit that your exhaust is loud. You already let him under your hood. You already didn't invoke your Fifth Amendment right. You've allowed him to illegal search you. You've allowed him to continue to question you. Are you going to admit that your exhaust is loud now and justify his stop? Let's see.
It's a little on the loud side.
Well, I'm being honest, but at the same time, bro, I'm not here to be profiled. You stopped me for. You said exhaust.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand his answer here.
Okay, let's be honest with each other, right?
Let's be honest with each other. You didn't. Well, then let's start with your honesty, sir. You didn't ask to see under his hood so that you just wanted to see under the hood. You asked to see under his hood so that you could charge him with crimes, so that you would have a way to notate that his car was illegal in some way, so that you could pull him over at night to test him for chemicals, so that you could impound his car, arrest him, take him to the dungeon, and steal his money. Why are you saying, let's be honest with each other? The cop hasn't been honest since he pulled him over. The cop pulled him over because he's a Mexican. Oh, the car was too loud? What about the Harley Davidson that drove right by him? Harley Davidson that drowned out both his car and yours. But yet we can make these things, oh, your car's too loud. So my car's too loud, but my neighbor can buy a Harley and his Harley's not too loud? I have to wear a seatbelt, but my Harley Davidson riding neighbor can ride his motorcycle, his hog. The cop hasn't been honest since the start. And now he says, let's be honest. And this gentleman did not invoke his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And because he didn't invoke his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, he then engaged in a series of question and answers that he answered the questions to. And then because the cop was allowed to ask him questions that his brain agreed to answering, when the cops did a simple manipulation tactic and said, I don't want to give you a ticket, I just want to look under the hood, he then again acquiesced and allowed the pig to look under his hood. When the pig now took notes on his car, he'll go back to his cruiser. He'll put into his little computer that this car can be pulled over at any time because it has an illegal CARB under the hood, whether that's wrong or whether that's right. He says, watch the video to the end because I'm going to prove that he was wrong. It doesn't matter though. It still goes in his computer that you can pull this car over whenever you want because it's something under the hood. Now, when the next pig pulls him over, at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning to test for chemicals because it's in the notes. You can pull them over for nothing. Then he says, oh, you have an illegal thing under your hood. Now this guy's going to say, oh, no, you didn't see my last video, did you? I proved that the cop was wrong. And what does the brother in blue say? He goes, the cop was not wrong. This is illegal. So now I'm going to impound your car, even though he's wrong. You don't talk to cops. You don't have conversations with police. You don't. There's no small talk where that cop is not investigating you. And what is his goal? To impound your car, arrest you, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That's what his goal is. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish that this isn't what I talked about every single day. I wish every day I didn't have to break down a video and show you, why is he answering questions? Is the cop following a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols? Yes, he is. Is the cop trying to find a reason to charge you with crimes? Yes. Will the cop arrest you if he finds a crime that he believes is arrestable? Yes, he will. Yeah, he really will. It's real. You should follow a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols where you invoke your rights, you use your camera, and you use either the trifold or the Fifth Amendment cop card. You have to be so rigid about how you are. I didn't create this system. I'm just trying to show you how to navigate your way through it so you don't end up in a dungeon or to end up saying things where they can impound your car later. This gentleman right here opened himself up to be pulled over anytime for no reason.
It's a little on the loud side.
Well, I'm being honest, but at the same time, bro, I'm not here to be profiled. You stopped me for, you said exhaust?
Yes.
At a low RPM in front of a school, which is going 15, 20 miles. We could go 15, 20 miles per hour in front of a state ref, and you can see how loud it is. You know, these cars, they're built, so, you know, if anything, that California got to get on these dealerships or the manufacturer that builds them, because this is how they come.
I'm telling you, it's louder than stock. So 27150A has nothing to do with decibel levels, anything. If you modify it slightly, you delete a resonator, anything, any modification to exhaust that alters the amount of sound coming out of it, it's a violation of that section. All right? So I don't want to write you a ticket, okay?
I mean,
we're just having...
Oh, did you hear all that, cop? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that cop-splaining mumbo jumbo bullshkavargan. I mean, just Bolshevitsky, like what the flock? Listen, I mean, let's just listen to it again because, you know, I won't listen to it in real life. I shut that pig down.
Anything. If you modify it slightly, you delete a resonator, anything, any modification to exhaust that alters the amount of sound coming out of it, it's a violation of that section.
And I can get you.
All right. So I don't want to write you a ticket, okay?
But now it goes back to I don't want to write you a ticket, okay? I don't want to write you a ticket, all right? I'm your friend. Put a 1 in the chat if you know the cops are not your friend. Put a 1 in the chat and hit the like button. Hit the like button.
I mean,
we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just you pulled me over by force using a cop car with lights and a gun. And now you want to tell me that we're just having a conversation? That's all we're doing? You sure about that? You're not taking notes? You're not investigating me? You sure about that?
Then again, I don't
because a lot of people don't know, and especially if you bought it like this, that you're not necessarily the one that modified it, right? So
you're getting don't have a small talk conversation.
And it's just a fix-it ticket. If I wrote you one, it's just a fix-it ticket.
No, yeah, no, I've been in court.
I'm advising you of it. That's your verbal warning. Fair enough? And then, like,
fair enough. Fair enough. I never asked to be in this position where you're my daddy. Did you hear the motorcycle? Here's the irony of this right here. He's being pulled over for a car that's too loud. Listen to the background.
And it's just a fix-it ticket. If I wrote you one.
You hear the motorcycle?
Really the one that modified it, right? So, and especially if you bought it like this, we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Listen to the motorcycle that is far louder than his car times 1,000.
Yeah, but then again, I don't
because a lot of people don't know, and especially if you bought it like this, that you're not necessarily the one that modified it, right? So
did you hear that? It's just one motorcycle.
And it's just a fix-it ticket. If I wrote you one, it's just a fix-it ticket.
No, yeah, no, I've been in court.
I'm advising you of it. That's your verbal warning. Fair enough? And then, like I said, just get that carb sticker.
I'm going to verbally warn you as a motorcycle floats along the background. I'm gonna verbally warn you.
Because if you pissed off a chippy or somebody,
Oh, if you pissed off a chippy, California Highway Patrol. So if you pissed off a chippy, well, I don't know what that means exactly.
get that carb sticker. Because if you pissed off a chippy or somebody, they could send you the ref over that. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, that's what you go by.
Well, I'm just letting you know, so that way you don't get.
No, you're not just letting him know. You are harassing him. You're looking through his car. You're trying to find a reason to charge him with a crime so you can arrest him. There's nothing honest about what the cop says here. Put a 1 in the chat if this cop is investigating this man to arrest him. Put a 1 in the chat if you know he has opened his little investigation in his little pea-brain beta male mind, and his goal is to find a reason to arrest this man. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that to be true.
That makes sense?
I mean, yeah, that's what you go by.
Well, I'm just letting you know. So
No, you're not just letting him know. You're notating everything so that you can arrest him later. And this guy has no idea that that's what he's doing.
that way you don't get, if you get stopped and somebody pops your hood and they look and they see that.
If you get stopped, you don't pop your hood without a warrant. You don't let cops look under your hood. What in the flock are we looking at here? What the hell's going on in this country? If you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights.
Then you don't get in trouble for it. You don't gotta go on all the hassle of going and getting the state ref and getting inspected.
What was your name and your badge number?
Raleigh 779.
Raleigh, how you spell that?
RALEIG.
Raleigh beat you, bro. He beat you in the stop. You answered questions. You allowed him to illegally search your property. You think you got off? You got notated, bro.
RAL.
Who cares if you got his name and badge number? Who are you going to call? You know, I asked the question in the beginning of this broadcast, and let me ask it again to you guys now. Let's say he takes his name and badge number, and let's say that this cop did something procedurally or policy-wise, or he did something that was out of bounds, out of pocket, however you want to say it. Who does he call? I asked the question when we were 1 minute in and there was 20 people here. So I'm asking you now, there's a couple hundred people here. Who does he call if this cop is out of bounds? Who does he call? Who does he text? Who does he memo? Who does he email? Anybody know? I'm just wondering, who is the third party organization that will look into what this pig has done and then properly punish him so that there's justice? Who is it? Who's that third party? Is there anybody? Just wondering. Sally Sock Puppet? Just wondering. Wyatt Elder? I'm just wondering. Anybody know? Yum Yum says your lawyer. There's no real oversight. Who does he call? Who does he text? Who does he email? Who's going to come in and help him out when the cop wrongfully persecutes him, wrongfully harasses him, charges him? Who is he going to call? I'm just wondering. Does anybody know the answer?
EIGH. Yeah, you too. All right, there y'all go, man. Y'all see what I deal with?
I hate to tell you, bro. We all deal with it. It's not just you. It's not just brown, not just black, not just white. We're all dealing with the police state, prison state, death state.
You see what I deal with, yo?
No, we all deal with it, bro. Put a 1 in the chat if you deal with the same thing he deals with. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you deal with the same thing he deals with.
Dude bust the U-turn just to save my exhaust. Crazy, yo. All right, come on, bro. My exhaust is legal. Everything's legal. He's talking about these stickers and this and this. Like, yo, it's kind of being harassment every time, yo. It's crazy. Yeah, but other than that, yo, you too see what I go through, yo. You got time? You pull me over for whatever reason?
So this says, after the traffic stop, examine my car, and the carb sticker for the air intake was right there the whole time. So I found the officer and this happened. So he went back over and confronted the officer after the officer already put in the notes for him that his car's illegal.
Dude, the sticker. I like to know why you harassing me for. Dude, the sticker was on there. He just didn't look. Yes.
I appreciate the huevos. I mean, I appreciate the huevos, but now you're giving the pig a second crack. He can still give you a ticket for your exhaust being too loud.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see it. So
You're
why?
good.
I would like to know why you're harassing me.
I love it. I love it. Here comes the uncomfortable moment here.
I'm not harassing you. How am I harassing you?
Dude, you're out here to protect and to serve.
Mhm.
You swore to that oath.
Okay.
You just pulled me over for exhaust.
Yes.
There's no evidence. There's no proof that you you heard the exhaust.
Okay. It was captured on my body cam.
It's captured on my camera as well.
Okay.
So with that being said, you pulled me over for that. Then you say, can you pop the hood? You said, this is illegal without the sticker.
What's the truth here? What's the truth? Nobody wants to be harassed by pigs unless they're doing something so wrong that you have to be pulled over. You're driving like a maniac. You're doing, obviously you're doing too much. And when the cops pull you over, you nod your head. You're like, yeah, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. But that's not what cops are doing today. They're pulling you over, making up excuses, trying to find any reason to pull you over.
Sticker was right here.
And it's right there. And
Yeah.
I did not see it.
So
I apologize.
Why'd you just look at it and not even examine it? Besides just pointing it out and not even trying to examine it. If you're really serious about this is the reason why you want to pop the hood, you would examine for a sticker. But right off the back, you said this is
Okay. I didn't see the sticker. It's right there.
So
you're good to go. So you don't need to worry about that.
So I just want to know, are you
So now you're harassing me again.
harassing me or
No.
because you pulled me over for one reason, then you pull me over, then you're saying for a different reason?
I asked you if I could look under the hood. You said no initially. I said, are you sure? If you wouldn't mind. And you said, sure, I'll pop the hood. You open your hood. I didn't open your hood. I checked. I did not see that it said carb on there. I apologize.
So there's something that you have to know, that you have to know. And that's going to be the 2006 case, I believe it is. 2016 case of Utah versus Streif. Okay, so this is a very important case that you have to know. Detective Douglas Frackle received an anonymous tip about a chemical sale in a Salt Lake residence. So he got an anonymous tip there's going to be a narcotic sale. And so quick, get over there and investigate. He's not going to save anything. He's not going to solve any of the problems in the world. He's just going to ruin some specific people's lives. So he surveyed the area for a short period of time and speculated there's heavy chemical activity in this area. Frackwell said he saw Edward Joseph Streif leaving a residency and stopped him for questioning. During the stop, Frackle discovered Streif had an outstanding warrant and he arrested him. Pulled him over for no reason and arrested him. During the lawful search of his arrest, Frackle found chemicals and a chemical pipe that was on Streif's person. The district court ruled that although Frackle did not have enough evidence to conduct an investigatory stop. Although Frackle did not have enough evidence to conduct an investigatory stop, the chemicals and the chemical paraphernalia obtained during the lawful search of incident to arrest justified the addition of that evidence for trial. So look how the Supreme Court does their double talk. Although the cop didn't have enough evidence to conduct a stop, we're going to allow the evidence because of the other, it's called incident to arrest. You have to know that term right there. Incident to arrest means that they can search your car. Even though they didn't have enough evidence to do an investigatory stop, they did anyway. And then because of incident to arrest, justified the admission of the evidence for the trial. That's backwards. You shouldn't allow an unconstitutional stop that doesn't have enough evidence for it and then allow the evidence. That's fruit of the poisonous tree. This pretty much knocks out fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. The Utah Court of Appeals affirmed the district court's ruling, but the Utah court reversed and held that the evidence should have been suppressed because the warrant that was the basis for the arrest was discovered during an unlawful investigatory stop. Of course, the evidence should not be admitted because the stop was illegal to begin with. So then the constitutional question, should evidence seized incident to a lawful arrest? So incident to arrest is its own little animal. We'll talk about that in a moment. So should evidence seized incident to a lawful arrest on an outstanding warrant be suppressed because the warrant was discovered during an investigatory stop later to be found unlawful? And so then let's watch it again. There it is. Your conservative Supreme Court personnel. These are the people who screw us every time. Conservative Supreme Court personnel screw us over every time. Every time. You think they're going to stand up for gun rights? This is a game they're playing right now with the state governments. They're not going to protect our Second Amendment. They never have. It's always conservative Supreme Courts as well that strip away or infringe on our Second Amendment gun rights. Just wait. You'll see. I promise you. So they say, yes, it's perfectly fine if you get evidence during an unconstitutional stop. The evidence found during the unconstitutional stop on an outstanding warrant was admissible. What? Evidence found during the unconstitutional stop because there's an outstanding warrant is admissible. In the absence of flagrant police misconduct, so they got a call about you, so that doesn't mean they couldn't have another copper call a different copper and say, John Doe's a drug dealer, which of course they could. And so in the absence of flagrant police misconduct, how do we know who called the coppers? That's the 1983 case of Illinois versus Gates. They don't have to tell you who called them. The discovery of a valid pre-existing untainted arrest warrant attenuated, weakened, the connection between the unconstitutional investigatory stop and the evidence seized incident to the lawful arrest, which allowed the evidence to be used against the defendant. Did you hear the word salad? Listen to the words. The Supreme Court works against us time and time again. In the absence of flagrant police misconduct, which how do we know if there was or not? In the absence of that, unless the cops just did something flagrantly bad, which they did, the discovery of a valid pre-existing and untainted arrest warrant weakened the connection between the unconstitutional investigatory stop and the evidence seized incident to lawful arrest, which allowed the evidence to be used against the defendant. That's just, come on. The Fourth Amendment, no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation. Justice Clarence Thomas, Uncle Tom and absolute tyrannical piece of shit, delivered the opinion 5-3 for the majority. The court held that evidence obtained in violation of the Fourth Amendment protections should not be excluded from evidence when the costs of its exclusion outweighs its benefits. You don't have a Fourth Amendment right. Listen to the wording of this. The evidence obtained in violation of the Fourth Amendment's protections should not be excluded. In violation of the Fourth Amendment's protections should not be excluded when the cost of its exclusion outweighs its benefits. That's ridiculous. That's the whole point of the Fourth Amendment. Exclusion is not justified when the links between unconstitutional conduct and the discovered evidence is too attenuated. Exclusion is not justified. Wow. To determine whether the connection is weakened, attenuated, courts must examine the temporal proximity of the discovery of the evidence to the unconstitutional conduct. What? What is this word salad garbage? The Fourth Amendment does not do this. This is a lie. To determine whether the connection is weakened, courts must examine the temporal proximity of the discovery of the evidence to the unconstitutional conduct. That is not what the Fourth Amendment says. The presence of intervening circumstances and the flagrancy of police misconduct. Come on. Based on the analyses of those two factors, when a valid warrant is discovered after an unconstitutional investigatory stop, the connection between the unconstitutional conduct and the discovery of evidence incident to a lawful arrest based on the warrant is sufficiently weakened. So you can get that you don't have a Fourth Amendment. It was wiped away in Utah versus Strieff 2016. Sotomayor wrote a dissent in which she argued that the Fourth Amendment's exclusionary rule was intended to prevent police officers from taking advantage of their own unconstitutional conduct, which was the case here. Because the initial unconstitutional stop was clearly calculated to procure further evidence, it was not an intervening circumstances that weakened the connection between the misconduct and the discovery of the evidence, the police misconduct. Because there's police misconduct going on in this case. The justices are aware of it. They don't care. They overlook it. Sotomayor also argued that allowing the police such free rein essentially created a group of second-class citizens that could be subjected to police investigation of constitutional rights at a whim. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg joined in all but the last portion of the dissent. She's a piece of garbage. You have no idea. You don't know anything about her. In her separate dissent, Elena Kagan wrote that the discovery of the evidence was too closely connected to the unconstitutional investigatory stop for a valid warrant to weaken the connection. Because the two events were closely connected in time, the warrant itself was not an intervening circumstance, and the police conduct was purposeful and flagrant. The exclusionary rule should apply in cases like this one. Ginsburg joined in that dissent. I mean, at least liberal Supreme Court justices don't give the police our rights. And that's why voting matters. That's why I will never vote for Trump, ever. I don't vote for Republicans, not for president. I never have. You know why? Because of who they appoint on the Supreme Court. They appoint conservatives who screw us time and time and time again. Take a look. This passed 5-3. 5-3. Who did it? Conservatives. Conservatives. That's who did it to us. You're looking at it. The ones that are lightened dissented against it. The ones who are brightened, they voted for this. They voted that an unconstitutional stop, even though they know the police are misbehaving and they're performing with misconduct, they still allow the unconstitutional stop because there's a warrant, though. So, you know, and I mean, I think the biggest line of this entire reading of this one that just really is just disgusting. The court held that evidence obtained in the violation of the Fourth Amendment's protection should not be excluded. I mean, just that line, just stop right there. The Supreme Court held that evidence obtained in violation of the Fourth Amendment's protection should not be excluded from evidence when the cost of exclusion outweighs its benefits. So if you've committed a crime and the Fourth Amendment protects you, even though you have committed the crime, your Fourth Amendment protections should be excluded because the benefits of catching you for the crime outweigh your rights. That's what this says right here. That's what you're looking at. Utah versus Strieff, 2000.
A brand new Metro police officer who had
Other than that, yo, you too see what I go through, yo. You got time, you pull me over for whatever. Oh, my bad. I didn't see it. So why? Good. I would like to know why you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. How am I harassing you?
Dude, you're out here to protect and to serve.
Mm-hmm.
You swore to that oath.
Okay.
You just pulled me over for exhaust.
Yes.
There's no evidence, there's no proof that you heard the exhaust.
You let the guy under your hood, bro. I blame you as much as him.
Okay, it was captured on my body cam.
It was captured on my camera as well.
Okay.
Did you capture any motorcycles driving by that are twice as loud as that car?
So with that being said, you pulled me over for that. Then you said, can you pop the hood? You said, this is illegal without the sticker. The sticker was right here.
And it's right there. And
Yeah.
I did not see it.
So
I
how-
apologize.
Why'd you just look at it and not even examine it? Besides just pointing it out and not even
Why'd you let him under the hood of your car, brother?
trying to examine. If you're really serious about this is the reason why you would pop the hood, you would examine for a sticker. But right out the back, you said this is
Okay,
it.
I didn't see the sticker. It's right there.
So,
you're good
Why'd you let him under the hood?
to go. So you don't need to worry about that.
So
Why'd you agree to let him look under your hood?
I just want to know: are you harassing me or
No.
because you pulled me
I
over
just want to know why you allowed to let him look under your hood. I don't understand why you allowed that.
for one reason, then you pull me over, then you saying for a different reason.
I asked you if I could look under the hood. You said no initially. I said, are you sure? If you wouldn't mind. And you said, sure, I'll pop the hood. You open your hood. I didn't open your hood. I checked. I did not see that it said carb on there. I apologize.
But you're trained to look at this stuff. How you not see it right there in plain sight?
Just didn't see it.
Okay, that's all I want to just show you. It's right there. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All right,
So
cool.
all that stuff I said about the app, you can ignore that because
You can ignore it as long as it's not in the computer system already that he has something illegal under his hood, so that his fellow brothers in blue can pull you over for absolutely no reason at all whatsoever. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you know he has to worry about that. That's what he has to worry about right there. He has to worry about it constantly.
you don't got to worry about it.
All right.
You know, it's real simple. You know, I've created these tools. You know, this is the non-driver card, and this is the driver card. When you get pulled over, the yellow and black card only comes out of your when a pig is in front of you. I sell them for $2. You buy one, I give you one for free. And it is a step-by-step tutorial. Number 1 on the driver card, the cop cited, you start filming and you say, I invoke my First Amendment right. First Amendment's upheld by the 2017 case of versus driver. Upholds the First Amendment, your right to film police. Number 2, cop approaches and states alleged infraction or questions you. While filming, you give cop all required legal documents and say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. Cop asks you to exit the vehicle. While filming, you exit and lock the doors, show the card, or this card I'm holding in my hand, or state, I do not consent to searches or seizures. The first 3 steps on here would have saved that guy all the problems he dealt with. You only have the yellow and black card in your wallet for when you are forced to be in with police. I sell it for cheap, 2 sets for $10. I'll just change it on my website. I'll give you 2 sets for $10. I'll just do it ubiquitously so that you have a set you can buy for yourself and a set you can give away. The first 3 steps would have saved this guy so many problems. They would have saved this guy so many problems. But he didn't do any of this. He didn't invoke his First Amendment right to be pressed, didn't invoke his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and then didn't invoke his Fourth Amendment right to no searches or seizures. I do not consent to searches or seizures. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Why didn't he do that? I made this like a credit card. So it goes in your wallet. The only time it's like a hotel key. Only time you pull this bad chicken out is when there's a cop in front of you. And then the question is, are you a driver or are you a non-driver? That's the only thing you need to know. Which card am I going to be using? Am I driving the car or am I non-driving? And each one of them has a 6-step tutorial. 4, 5, 6 are on the driver's side of the cop asked to search your car. While filming, you can give consent, then revoke consent by stating, I revoke consent, stop searching my auto. That's held up by the Fourth Amendment, 1991, Florida versus Gemino. You have the right to revoke consent. Then that's going to be carried over into the Third Circuit's ruling in United States versus Williams in 2018, which says you have the right to revoke consent, which is right away when you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent on the trifold, you open that bad chicken up. If he says he wants to search your car, the very first page, cop says, I want to search your car. While filming, if you know the cop's going to search your car and you can initially give consent and then revoke that consent moments later. However, you must be unequivocal, clearly stating I consent and now I revoke consent. Stop searching my car. By law, if you give consent, you can revoke it. That's the whole point of the reason why I created this. If you get a trifold, I'll give you a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. I'll include this in your order. If you order anything I mail to you, not my print at home stuff, but anything I mail to you, I'll send you a free set of Fifth Amendment cop cards with it. The first set you keep in your wallet, the next set after you have them in your wallet and you feel a lot more confident, the next set you give away. You start giving these away to people and teaching them and teaching them. It's a 6-step process. Constitutional law scholar on YouTube, he laid out a 6-step process for me. Number 4, on the non-driver cop demands identification, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. While filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as a good citizen. No ID is required. The law is in the navy blue. Hibble versus Nevada says that with reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. That's it. This is the reason why you have this in your wallet, for this exact interaction right here with this pig. Had he had that, the cop never would have gone under his hood. He never would have answered a single question. He never would have tried to get the cop to admit to him that it's a little loud, isn't it? He never would have had any of those interactions. If he had his stuff put together, if he had his license, registration, and proof of it all on a laminated card, it could have ended that stop before it even began. License, registration, proof of insurance. Here it is. Your exhaust is a little loud. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's it. Now he can't ask you, do you mind if I look under the hood? You already told him you're not going to answer any questions without your lawyer present. He can't ask you any questions without your lawyer present, and it's on camera, so he violates his oath to the Constitution. That goes around his qualified immunity. I'm giving you guys a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that you can follow to make sure that you don't end up being subjected to their investigation. Even if you are someone who likes cops and you think we need police, okay, fine. When you get pulled over, though, you're still being subjected to their investigation. They don't know that you're a great big cop sucker, that you donate to the Fraternal Order of Police, that you go to sleep at night and just have fantasies about sucking off the cops. They don't know that about you. So when they pull you over, they're investigating you. Now, it doesn't matter if you back the blue or not. That cop investigating you could be one of those coppers, one of the few bad apples, who wants to ruin your life. He's absolutely sure that you're impaired. Can you step out of the car for me, sir? What are you going to do? Do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? Cop says, can you step out of the car? Do you know what to do? Number 3, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. Exit and state, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I do not consent to searches or seizures. The 1997 case of Wilson versus Maryland, cop believes you're armed and presently dangerous and he can order you out of the car. Did you know that? I mean, if you didn't know it, you may be the passenger in the car and the cop's ordering you out and you're like, do I got to get out? You only pull out your yellow and black Fifth Amendment cop cards out of your wallet when that cop is in front of you. You had it in your wallet for this exact moment. So that all you know is all I got to do is I got to start filming. Now, let me get my cop card out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, numbered up the side, 1 through 6 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have the card in your wallet for this exact moment right here. That's why you have it. That's why you have the card in your wallet for this exact freaking moment. Buy one, get one free. I sell them for $10. I'll give you 2 pair for $10. Give a pair away. I'm just making my money back. I'm making $1 or $2. Fine. I'll do that. I make money. I still make money. Just a tiny, but I make a little bit of money. I'm okay with that. I'm trading $2 for $1. You give me $1, you give me $2, I give you $1 back. So I'm still making money. It's still a business. I'm still making some money. It's not the profit I wanted to make, but at the end of the day, I've completely evolved. It doesn't matter if I'm making money and I've got 2,000 of these cards sitting around. It matters that this card is in your wallet. You only pull out the yellow and black card when there's a pig in front of you. That's what matters. I'm making $1 or $2 on every card. I'm still making $1 or $2 on every card. 2 for 1. You buy a pair, I'll give you a second pair for free. You buy a trifold, I'll put a cop card in the envelope for you for free. You follow the tutorial. You do what I've taught you step by step by step by step. You don't end up where I'm reviewing your video going, no, why is he answering that question? You send me your video of you kicking that cop's ass. Because as soon as you invoked your First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment right, immediately the cop says something to you and you say, hey, I've given you everything I have to required by law. Now get your ass back to your car and do your job, but don't harass me any further or I'll sue your ass. You took control of the stop. You took control of the stop following a 1 through 6 procedure on a card. I've invoked my First, my Fourth, and my Fifth Amendment rights. That's how I get so excited I start to spit. That's how you do it. You guys have seen me do it. Cop pulls me over. I invoke my First Amendment right, my Fifth Amendment right. Cop says something else to me. He said to me, the cop pulled me over and then said, hey, is the address on your driver's license the same as your current address? You know what I said to him? I've already invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Stop harassing me. Go back and do your job. Dominated that pig. Dominated him. Took him over. And there was absolutely nothing he could do. He was powerless. He had absolutely nothing he could do. Because I had invoked my Fifth Amendment right. That is true. And once I had invoked my Fifth Amendment right, he couldn't ask me another question. When he asked me the question, is your current address the same address on your driver's license as is at your home? I jumped him. I mean, I absolutely jumped his ass. I said, what did you just say to me? I already told you I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I already said it to you. I already explained to you how this works. And he decided to continue to question me, and he got his ass checked. He got his ass checked. And the reason he got his ass checked is because I know my rights backwards and forwards. That jackboot thug pig will not in any way, shape, or form question me. You don't have a right to question me. Once I've invoked my Fifth Amendment, you don't have a right to question me. It's that simple. But you have to invoke your Fifth Amendment right not to be questioned. You have to say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right not to be questioned. However you want to do that, whether you want to hold the camera right up at that pig's face and say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm showing the camera, I'm showing the copper. Or if you want to say, respectfully, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. How you want to say it, the words got to come out of your mouth. You have to say those exact words. You have to say the exact words. I got you, Brandy. I got you, Brandy. Just ordered the cards. I got you. I'm going to give you a free set. For every pair of cards you order, I'm going to give you another pair so you can give them away to other people. Don't sit on this information. Show other people that if you don't follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols, that jackboot thug pig's investigation on you could end up with you in torture cuffs, your car being impounded, and you going to the dungeon. And now you have to pay a bounty for your skin to get out. You have to pay a bounty for your car to get out. And then you're going to have to face persecution and prosecution by the district attorney who you think should drop those charges against you, but he won't. Do you know how many emails I get from people who literally say to me, yeah, I got court tomorrow, but I think the DA is going to drop the charges against me. No, he's not. No, he's not. No. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not dropping the charges against you. At the end of every year, you know how we just had a New Year's, December 31st, just 3 days ago? At the end of every New Year's, the district attorneys in your county, your city, your state, they sit around the brandy bar, smoking their cigars, and they talk about the bonuses they got this year based on their winning percentage in court, including your case. And they're sitting around drinking, having a glass of brandy, smoking on their cigar, and they're going, yeah, got my bonus this year, 97.8% conviction rate. And then the next attorney's like, oh yeah, got my bonus too, 98.4% conviction rate. Then the next attorney says, oh yeah, boys, well, I'm a big city attorney, 99.1% conviction rate. I got my full bonus this year. You think the you think the DA is going to drop the charges against you? You better think again. You had better think again. You had better think again. The cop is not dropping the charges against you. Absolutely is not dropping the charges against you. Is not at all whatsoever not dropping the charges against you. That pig can't wait to persecute you, prosecute you, arrest you, put you in the dungeon. Can't wait. He's so excited about doing it. He's looking forward to it. He's hoping that you don't show up for court, so then you get a failure to appear. That pig cannot wait to arrest you. They can't wait. It's their whole job. Their whole job is that they get to arrest you. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. You know for a fact that those cops are looking forward to arresting you. Looking at the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. The cops looking forward to arresting you. You want to do you know the cops are trying to arrest you? Do you know that for a fact that the cops are trying to arrest you? Yes, you do. Okay, cool. Do you know for a fact? Who else is in here? Do you know for a fact the cops are trying to arrest you? Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. 1. Put a 1 in the chat. Cops are trying to arrest you. Put a 1 in the chat. Wow. Overwhelming amount of 1s in the chat. The cops are literally trying to find a reason to arrest you. You're seeing it. It's what y'all think. It's what everybody here thinks. It's what everybody here believes, that those cops' goal is to arrest you. I didn't do it. It's not my thing. I didn't create this system. So many people come at me and say, Chille, you're so hateful. Why are you so mean and hateful to these cops? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm so mean and hateful. They are trying to arrest you. Everybody here agrees with that. I sell a cop card that gives you a 1 through 6 tutorial on Oh man. Oh man. Oh God. It's just, I'm trying to find a video here real quick. I'll show you guys this. So this was when I got pulled over in California.
All right, so like I told you, I had to read a ride at 89 miles per hour. You're good, that's pretty clean, so I'm just gonna get you 10 miles over, okay?
Okay.
So 80 miles in at 7.
Okay.
Just your signature in the red box, please. And by signing this, you're not admitting guilt to the infraction. Response, you're gonna contact the number at the bottom before September 9th. Well, sir. Pulled over because of your speed. It's your license, please.
I got to reach in here.
That's fine.
So now listen, this was a rental car that I was in at the time. So I didn't have my car. It was somebody else's car. So I didn't have my trifold up in my visor. But notice that when he says, I pulled you over for doing this, I don't agree with him. I just nod my head. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Where are you headed today?
Where am I heading today? That's what he asked me. Where am I heading? So that's the original trifold that I made 2.5 years ago. This stop is about 1.5 years old. It says, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
That's perfect. See your license.
That's perfect, he said. I'm taking the tape off of the laser copy of my driver's license. Do you see how slow and patient and methodically I'm moving? Very slow.
There's my license number right there.
I keep the copy of my license registration. Now, I used to show that when I would teach you guys. And so the reason why there's tape on mine is because I can sell you a trifold. I can sell you a cop card that you get that's already finished. I can't make you get your license registration and proof of insurance put together in a laminated slip. I can't do that for you. You have to do that for yourself. Now, I used to show mine. That's why there was tape over my driver's license number and over my proof of insurance. So I had to peel the tape off, but I'd never show him my real physical driver's license, only the laminated copy. There, see right there, look, I'm showing him the laminated copy of my driver's license. I peeled off the driver's license number part, and then I peel off the insurance number part, and he accepts it.
That's my license, insurance, proof of registration.
Now I've given him everything I have to give him by law. At this point right here, I'm his daddy, and he has to do a job and give me a ticket. So that means I get to just lambaste him while he's going to give me a ticket.
Mr. DeCastro, you still live at that mailing address you have here?
Do I still live at that mailing address right here? He's fishing for information. What if I live in Vegas and I haven't transferred over my identification and it's been more than 30 days? That's a crime. Never answer that question. I invoke my fifth. So that's the old trifold. I have a copy of one right here. I'll show it to you. On the new trifold, obviously, I made it the main center point. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Right there. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Now, of course, on the new trifold, it's the main square. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's the whole thing right there in the beginning.
That's for the sole purpose of the infractions. I don't want to get mailed out to somewhere else.
He says that's for the sole purpose of the infraction. You mean he wouldn't charge me with not changing my residency over or not getting a Nevada driver's license? Put a 1 in the chat if I told him, oh, my address is now in Vegas. And then he said, well, how long have I lived there? Oh, a year. Put a 1 in the chat if you know for a fact he'd charge me with a crime.
All right, so just remain inside the vehicle, right back.
Okay, at that point right there, I got him. I own him now. And why do I own him now? Because I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. He acknowledged my Fifth Amendment right. He said, perfect. You need to state the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. And now I've given him my insurance. I've given him my registration. I've given him my driver's license. At this point now, he has an administrative job to do as a code enforcer. That means that he's going to be subjected to any kind of time restraints that I feel like I don't have to be in a hurry. There's all kinds of things that I can do right now that he has to put up with me. That's what has to happen. He has to put up with me. And if he doesn't put up with me, then he could lose his qualified immunity. If he asks me questions when I've invoked my right to remain silent, at that point, I dominate him. That's the whole point. I dominate him. He does not dominate me. There is a big difference between he and I. We are two different people. Now, do you want to see it again? Let me show it to you again, where I don't have my driver's license. I only have a photocopy of my driver's license, which I laminated. Here's another pullover where I got pulled over and I didn't have my driver's license, and I never show my driver's license. You can take the light out of my face, dude. I'm not like to. Or you can order me out of the car, Pennsylvania versus Mims. And you can try to terror stop me and put me in cuffs. But the thing is I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just asking you to take the light out of my face, dude. I'm not.
You don't have it on your face.
All right, well, then there's no reason. I got to reach right down here and grab my license.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
Really? Where are you coming from? I was just heading over to your girlfriend's house. I mean, come on, bro. Don't ask me questions. It's rude. You know that. You're fishing for trying to. Rude? Because you just keep putting that light in my face, dude. Why don't you put the phone? Would it feel better if I put my windows down and doors so you can take a look in here so you feel better? You don't think there's no weapons or no one's gonna hurt you? Just get the light out of my face so you can do what you gotta do here. Here's my license. There's my driver's license. That is not my physical copy. A simple photocopy that I prepared and laminated and stuck in my visor. I'm peeling off the portion where it shows my driver's license number. I always want to make sure I have a copy of my license in the car. Okay. So I always keep a laminated copy. Because if you don't have your license, then what happens? Right? Then there you go. You can get my license off the top. My driver's license number right there. Do you see that? No physical driver's license will ever be presented. This is the second stop you're seeing in a different state. You got it on video?
Not your actual.
No, that's not that, but that's got my DL number right on the top.
Okay.
D1940.
So you have your actual driver's license?
Well, I mean, that is an actual photocopy of my driver's license. A laser copy, actually. If I take the rest of the tape off there, it looks prettier than my actual driver's license.
Okay. What about your insurance and your
insurance right there as well? This is actually a rental car because unfortunately my car was smashed. The two times I'm pulled over and I don't have my stuff in my visor is when I'm in rental cars. Here on when I was parked there, and they smashed my car, and so I had to get a rental. I've had this rental car for 2 weeks. That's why I was trying to get back.
Why is it all glued up with tape and stuff?
Now, he has no idea that I'm an influencer, and so I say to him, well, in case I show it to other people.
I can't really...
Well, I show that to people. I show people how to make sure they keep at least, because what if I don't have my wallet on me? But I always have a copy of my driver's license, of my insurance, and my proof of registration. Right, always, so at all times. At all times, I have a copy of my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. It exists because I took the time to create it. And the reason I took the time to create it is I don't want some jackboot thug pig dominating me while I'm searching through my console to find the latest insurance card. I take the time to go down to FedEx Kinko's. I get the laminator. I laminate it. I get everything put together. I can't stand jackboot thug pigs being in charge of me. And they're not in charge of me. You guys can see it. This man is never in charge of me. None of them are. You'll see.
You need to be able to see the VIN number on the vehicle, no?
Well, this isn't my vehicle. This is a rent-a-car. This goes to
but
I don't know.
Even if it's a rent-a-car, it still shows a VIN number, and I can't see any of that information because it's all on the tape.
Well, I can take the tape off of it though if you need me to. Want me to take that tape off? Sure, man. No problem, dude. Latino to Latino, dude. Huh? The brothers are nicer to each other than Latinos are. You know that?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends on if you're Tyree. If you're Tyree, don't date one of those cops' wives. What do you? Tyree Nichols, who was murdered by cops. You need to see on this.
Just if there's like a VIN number or anything.
Well, this is a. Do you want to see the keys here?
Comes back to this vehicle.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm. This is going to be a rental car, so I have the insurance through the rental car thing. Let's turn the AC back on. Whew. It's Vegas. It's hot. But I have my insurance is.
Okay.
The reason I made this right here to show you guys is so that I wouldn't have to have tape on my thing because it slows down what I'm doing. But I did like the tape initially because it slows down the interaction between the pig and I. However, because I had to deal with taking the tape off that time, and it was a bitch to get off, I then created this bad chicken at FedEx. If I can create this at FedEx Kinko's or Office Max or wherever I did it, and this is to show you guys, why can't you create one for yourself? Why can't you create one with a photocopy of your driver's license and your insurance and your registration? Why can't you do it? Why don't you create 2 or 3 at the same time? Since you're doing one, just do 3 so that you have a backup.
You want to see that?
It just took too long, which is why I created this new thing.
Give me a second. I got pictures of naked animals in here. I don't want you to see them. Does that make sense? There you go. If you want to read my policy number, it's right there.
You never want to give the cop your phone. It sucks that I was in a rental car and I didn't have all my stuff. It's a bummer.
Car, but like I told you, this is a rental. But this is everything you need right there. My current up-to-date insurance. Yeah. If I can just get that one, and I'll run it real quick. My DL? Sure, man. No problem.
Since you do have a driver's license from a different state, can I get your social?
No.
What? Since my license is from another state, he wants my social security number?
Driver's license from a different state, can I get your social?
No. Oh, dude, what's the matter with you?
Huh?
Are you kidding me, dude? It's a total violation of my
How
personal.
is that a violation?
Why would you give a cop your social security number? Give me your social security number.
It's personal.
Give me your social security number. That's so ludicrously stupid. Like, why would anybody ever give you their social security number? If any people who ever watch this, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever going to watch it, but somebody may watch it. But if they do, you never give cops your social security number or your cell phone number or any information. None ever.
Never, ever, 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 ever. That's the reason why on the trifold, it says on the very bottom of the trifold, after you've invoked your Fifth Amendment right, I'll give no additional info. Everything I need to provide is in the slip below. That thing that you laminated, a copy of your license, registration, and proof of insurance. I'll give no additional info means I'm not going to give you my cell phone number or my email address or my social security number. I'm not going to give a pig any more information about me. Pigs don't get information about me for free. That's not how it works. You don't do it.
I mean, you guys are data collectors, you know what I mean? That's what you're collecting data all the time, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're always collecting data. Yeah. And then I end up in a database somewhere. Exactly. I know a dude one time who he ended up in a database, and then because some guy had his cell phone number in his phone, then he ended up getting his house raided because he knew the guy. Right. What else do you need off here? You can't run my you can't run my drive. You can't. I mean, it's all. I mean, do you need? I mean, where would I go? Where would I go?
Man. So do you see that? I've taken control of the stop. I'm calling the shots. He's not, because I've invoked my rights properly and everything's on camera.
4, 5. How many do I got? Man, how many do I?
So right here, man. I look in my review mirror. Just so you know, right here, I look in my review mirror and I see that the cops aren't in their cars doing their job. The cops are having a powwow outside their car. The cops in Vegas know who I am. I've posterized them. 10 million views on videos that I've produced of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. They know exactly who I am. They're having a powwow out there, and I don't appreciate them wasting my time.
Man, how many do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do I got? I got 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 cops.
And this cop knows who I am. Listen to him call me over by name.
I got. Oh, cool. I'll come hang with you, dude. That's cool. You know who I am.
I've met you before. Yeah, I know who you
I think
are.
It's entertaining getting pulled over because, like, he doesn't know who I am, but
I know who you are.
Oh, you do? Oh, great. Well, now you got my DL number and the whole thing, and now we can do better.
Do I have any knives or anything on me like that? Two cops have already said they know who I am. I'm a known local journalist in the Las Vegas area.
No, I'm not. Are you new? Oh, well, come on. Do you really think I'm going to start answering questions?
Hey, man, we're just.
No. But you think I'm going to answer questions?
No. Just stand here. Please forward.
Am I being detained?
Now he tries to grab me.
I know. I know that. But
We're not telling you not to get out of the car.
But everybody.
Go ahead and go forward, please. Stand right there for me.
He's putting hands on me.
Yes, I am.
Check this out. He's putting hands on me. He's putting.
Perfect.
Well, listen.
Stay there for me.
But
Go
right. But just you don't have a right to search my car. No.
Stay there.
No. You're not. No. Don't get sued, bro. Don't get sued. Don't. He doesn't know. Get out of my car now.
Am I going inside your car?
Don't get in my car. Shut my car door. Get out of my car. Back the fuck up. Don't grab me. Don't violate my rights. Don't violate my Fourth Amendment right to illegal searches and seizures, or I'll sue you.
We're not.
I'm stronger than all of these men.
Don't grab me. Hey, but don't grab me.
Okay, but I need your.
You know who I am. I'm a journalist.
I understand that.
I am not a criminal. There's no reason to grab me. Don't put your hands on me. I'm a man, just like you're a man. You don't. Look. He doesn't have the right to violate my rights. Are you a rookie?
You're not listening. You're walking back to the car.
I don't need to listen. He started to look in my car. But that doesn't mean okay. Listen.
He's not going in the car, but we asked you to come to the front of the car.
Okay, you're right. You know what? Let me explain myself real quick. So the first principle of liberty is your First Amendment right. I want you to, since you guys detain me, your first principle of liberty is the right to speak. Where does that come from? That comes from John Locke. That comes right. But if you say I'm detained, that doesn't take away my right to speak. And just because I'm detained, he doesn't.
Stop talking.
Okay, but because I'm detained,
you're good to go. All right. All right. You can go.
Because I'm detained, though, he doesn't have the right to look in my car.
All he did was ask you not to.
It's like, dude, it's like you put your hands on me so liberally. It's like, dude, I'm a man. Like, you don't grab another man.
All this law, you should know that if you step out of the car.
That's Pennsylvania versus Mims.
Right.
And I'm agree to be in detention. That doesn't mean torture. That doesn't mean you have to grab me. You can't listen.
Officer safety issue. Terry versus Ohio.
See my booty. Everybody knows who I am. If he puts his hands on me, then you can't go grabbing people. Yeah. I'll have a good one, but just don't grab me anymore, dude. It's like not right. I don't have a right to defend myself. It's not fair. You grabbing me.
I would later track that pig down and lambaste him, just so you know.
Where's my license?
So now this one here, again, where the cop tries to question me after I've already invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Where's my license?
I'm going to have your license now.
And he took my license like a jackboot thug pig and stuck it in his pocket. What the is wrong with you, dude? 2 cops?
Right now.
No, I'm detained right here. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I travel the country suing police. You don't need another cop here. I need you to do your job and let me go. Hey, eat my shorts. I'm coming to a safe place. You're supposed to serve me. Instead, you gave me a ticket for nothing. Looks like the taillights are on. No taillights, huh? What's that? The window that I'm pulling over.
So I drive down the road for a mile and a half until I find an exit where I can pull over to a well-lit area.
Continue straight.
You guys are about to see how the tides turn when you invoke your rights, and then you can dominate these pigs.
Turn left onto Lakeview Drive. South Roid.
Once again, I'm in a rental car.
Proceed to the room.
Hi, I'm Corporal William with the Ozaukee County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over is you don't have any tail lights on. Is there any reason you did not pull over when I activated my lights?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
The moment he asked me a question, he didn't come up and tell me why he pulled me over. He came up and started questioning me why I didn't pull over right away.
Reason you did not pull over when I activated my lights?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
No delay. Immediately. The camera's in my other hand. You can see the camera is rolling in my other hand. And my left hand is I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm showing it. You see the back of it right there, learn the law. Now this goes around the cop's qualified immunity. Judge can't say you didn't say you invoked your First Amendment or your Fifth Amendment. Can't say it. I not only invoked it, I showed the writing of it. The judges at the federal level, at the Supreme Court level, at the district court level, at the circuit court level will be working against you and your federal civil rights lawsuit. They will try to dismiss your lawsuit over and over and over again. They will try to give the cops qualified immunity for any reason. If you don't invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, if that invocation is not on camera, then the cop will retain his qualified immunity. But now the cop's going to question me even after I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right, and that's a big mistake.
Is there any reason you did not pull over when I activated my lights?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
471137.
Here's my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. Here's the insurance. Here's the rental car agreement. And my driver's license is right here.
Now I've given him everything I have to give him by law. Now I don't have my slip put together. This is the third pullover that I'm showing you, and the third time I'm in a rental car. But it says right here, everything I have to provide by law is in the slip below. Now I didn't have the slip, but I gave him the registration, the insurance, and proof of my identification. At that point, I don't have to answer any more questions. That's the whole point.
Here's your driver's license.
Well, didn't I just say it's right here?
Yeah.
Let's see how you do. Here's the rental car agreement. And my driver's license is right here.
Where's your driver's license?
Well, didn't I just say it's right here?
Yeah.
Let's see how you do. Let's see how you do, Waylon.
Is this your current address on Santa Monica Boulevard
He just can't help it, can he? He's got to try to question me.
in California?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Okay.
If you ask me another question, you're violating my rights, and I'll file a lawsuit against you. Write your ticket, do what you're going to do, but don't harass me any further. You have every relevant information you need. Go do your job, or I'll sue you. Get the hell out of my face. There's everything you need. Go on. Go do your job.
I would like to give you your insurance card back,
I'll take it.
and I will give you that rental agreement back.
There you go. Where's my license?
I'm going to have your license for now.
I'm sure you're going to put it in your pocket because that's how you guys behave. But I just get my license back. It'd be great. I need to go about my way.
Okay.
Now, for those people who are going to say, oh, Chille, you're such a dick to that cop. Okay, first of all, yes, I am a dick to cops. And why am I a dick to cops? That jackboot thug pig would have absolutely no problem radioing in, finding out I have an unpaid ticket. He would gladly impound my car, put me in torture cuffs, kidnap me, take me to the dungeon. He would do it in 2 seconds flat. That's why I'm a dick to cops. In a millisecond, he would arrest me. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. In a millisecond, he would arrest me. And he would go home and sleep like a baby. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. If I'm telling the truth, if this jackboot thug pig would arrest me and not think twice about doing it, put a 1 in the chat. That's a fact. And so people say, Chille, why are you so mean? How come you're so mean?
And I will give you.
All you're going to do, but don't harass me in question. You're violating my rights, and I'll file a lawsuit against you. Write your ticket, do what you're going to do, but don't harass me any further. You have every relevant information you need. Go do your job, or I'll sue you. Get the hell out of my face. There's everything you need. Go on. Okay. It starts with, is this address on your ID, your current ID? Yeah, it is. What's your cell phone number? I'm sorry? Can I get your social security number? Where are you heading right now? Where are you coming from? Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fact. You answer one question. So if he says to me, is the address on your driver's license your current mailing address? And I say, yes, it is. He says, can I get your cell phone number? And I say, no, I'm not going to give you my cell phone number. You're not cooperating. Why aren't you complying? Why are you not cooperating? And just so you know, when that jackboot thug pig is breathing down your neck, you might not be as smooth as you think you're going to be. That's why I numbered the card. It's a 1 through 6 tutorial.
See, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That way, when you're forced to interact with the jackboot thug pigs, the only time you pull the yellow and black cards out of your wallet, you only have to decide, am I a driver or am I a non-driver? And then you just read the card number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. That's how you do it. 2 for 1. You buy one set of cards, I give you the second pair for free so you can give a pair away. I'm not sitting here spitting out all this information so I can sit on it. You share the videos, you tell your friends, just follow the rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that Delete Laws has created. Just follow the 1 through 6 protocols that Delete Laws has painstakingly put together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. 4, 5, 6. Just follow what Chille has taught you. Just follow. We have that follow button on every single social media platform. I'm giving you gold. I'm giving you absolute gold here.
Go do your job.
I would like to give you your insurance card back,
I'll take it.
and I will give you that rental agreement back.
There you go. Where's my license?
I'm going to have your license for now.
I'm sure you're going to put it in your pocket because that's how you guys behave. But I just get my license back. It'd be great. I need to go about my way.
Okay.
So I missed it earlier. I went live right when he pulled me over. And of course, I immediately pled the Fifth Amendment. I didn't wait a second. He said my taillights weren't on, which I don't know if that's true or not, but he said the taillights weren't on the car. I don't know if I believe him. I'd like to see that. I put the Fifth Amendment right in his face. I went live, but the video was listed as unlisted. So I wish you guys could have seen that beginning part, but I had it right there. I put it right in his mug. He tried to get me to answer questions. He tried to, you guys will see it when I air it. And he was trying to get me to answer, they always try, is the address on your license your current address? Well, immediately, again, I said, here it is. I said, that's your second time you've asked me a question. If there's a third time, you're going to get sued by me. Don't ask me questions. I don't know if my taillights are out or not. I've got my other camera running just in case. So look, the moment the copper pulled me over, I started running camera. There was no delay. My tail lights went off. I like to see that on the camera. I'm in Michigan. I'm almost through. I'm almost Green Bay. Around Green Bay. Put my other shoe on. Of course, I don't think it's true. Your tail light, the lights out. Sick. East Coast time, so it's
now I get pretty fed up with sitting in a car. Now, I don't want you guys to do what I do. I put my life on the line when I do what I do. I don't want you to do what I do. I'm an activist. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I sue lots of cops all around the country. Don't do what I do.
I guess it's midnight over there. Midnight or 10 p.m. on the West Coast. Two cops. You guys, what's going on here? No, I'm detained right here. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I travel the country suing police. So give me back my license and let me go, or give me a ticket. Then give me your ticket, but you don't need another cop here. I need you to do your job and let me go. I have some. Hey, eat my shorts.
He's still complaining I didn't stop when he put his lights on initially, pull over on the freeway, and I'm not going to ever do that.
To a safe place. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to take your ass to court. Now write your ticket. I got to go. I got to catch a plane. I'm not going anywhere, jackboot thug pig. I don't give a damn. I don't know who you are. You got the gun. Get in the car and do your freaking job. I got to go. I got to catch a plane. This is the treatment you get. You join that, jackboot thug pig. You joined it. You joined that disgusting organization. That's what you did, you piece of shit. You're a piece of garbage, bro. You're the tyranny. I'm a freedom fighter. Thousands of people love me. You know why? Because you're the enemy. You're the enemy of freedom. You're the enemy of liberty.
Put a 1 in the chat if that's true. If you see cops as the enemy of freedom and the enemy of liberty, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that.
Me over for I want to see the camera where my tail lights were out. I want to see that. No, I want to sue him. I want to put his hands on me so I can sue him, and I'll go after his badge. That's what I really want to do. You joined an evil thing, bro. Quit now. You're young enough. You can quit now. I don't fight anybody. What are you talking about? Nonviolent pacifist. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What? I try to sue as many cops as I possibly can. Yes. Because you joined an evil organization. Is that your job? Yeah.
Facts. Put a 1 in the chat if the law enforcement organizations, you see them as inherently evil, as a consolidation of power that has no checks and balances, a statist apparatus to ensure the hierarchy of a government that's turning tyrannical against us.
This is all I do. I'm up here right now helping another guy. No, I'm just an activist. But how come it is? Why am I celebrated and you're demonized? Why is that? Because the policies and procedures. No, dude.
No, it's not the world we live in. It's not the world we live in.
Policies and procedures you signed up to do are disgusting.
The policies, procedures, and protocols that a good free American signs up to do taints him and ruins him and turns him into a tyrannical jackboot thug pig.
This jackboot thug pig would put me in handcuffs in 2 seconds flat.
2 seconds flat.
A jackboot thug pig? Do you have torture cuffs on your belt?
That's funny.
In 2 seconds. Signed up to do.
So it's funny because he asked me what a jackboot thug pig is, and then I give him the definition of what a jackboot thug pig is.
Are disgusting. This jackboot thug pig would put me in handcuffs in 2 seconds flat.
I don't know what that means, Jack.
A jackboot thug pig? Do you have torture cuffs on your belt?
I have handcuffs.
Right. So those are torture cuffs. Let me put them on you for 5 minutes. I'll give you $1,000 for 5 minutes. I'll give you $1,000. Quit now.
So he's never had him on for 20 minutes on his wrist. He's never been sat into a detention center where they keep the cuffs on you for hours sometimes.
Oh, dude, you're 20 years younger than me. Quit. This fucking sucks. And excuse my language, people. You know this sucks. You're a wrestler. Dude, high school and college. Dude, listen, this job sucks. This job, unless you're a jackboot, bullshit, dude. Oh, no. You don't get a pass. Those are torture.
Here's a corporal license. You want me to explain this?
He said, here's Corporal Whalen. That's what he said to me.
To you or no? All right. So right here.
Just save your bullshit.
November 8th.
Save your bullshit.
You're not required to appear.
Get out.
Okay.
Do I need to sign?
Save your bullshit. Get out.
Top right,
go on, dude. I want to see your. I'm going to FOIA your body cam, and I'm going to find out if my tail lights are out in a rent-a-car.
Okay.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think you're lying. Your name's what? Corporal
Whalen.
Corporal Whalen. Your name's Mr. Whalen. You're a peace officer, a domestic peace officer. You are not a corporal. You are not in the military. You should never go by corporal because that makes you have an allegiance to the person above you and the person below you. And it makes you fear the person above you and below you. And you have to take orders instead of upholding my rights. Like giving me a ticket for no taillights.
And luckily, I let you up about 1.5 miles back. So there's going to be 1.5 miles of me driving behind you.
He says, luckily, I lit you up. You lit me up? Brother, you're supposed to be a peace officer. You're not supposed to be lighting up citizens.
Luckily, I let you up about 1.5 miles back.
Listen to how they talk to each other. They leak their lingo. I lit him up. Lit me up?
So there's going to be 1.5 miles of me driving behind you without your tail light.
Did I not stick my thumb out the window and say, hey, I'm pulling over here? Did you not see this thumbs up? I'm pulling over. Did you not see that?
Say where the traffic stops.
No, you don't. It's my freedom, jackboot. Okay. You serve me. You serve me.
So that's it. You see that? I decide where I pull you over. He's butthurt that I didn't pull over where he wanted to pull me over on the freeway. Do not pull over on the freeway. Take an exit so you don't get killed. There's absolute stupidity pulling over on a freeway. Don't put your car on a freeway. It's stupid.
Don't say, hey, I'm pulling over here. Did you not see this thumbs up? I'm pulling over. Did you not see that?
Say where the traffic stops.
No, you don't. It's my freeway, jackboot. You serve.
You serve me. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to pull over on the freeway. You don't have to do that. You can take the exit and go to a building that has cameras on it. You don't have to just pull over where that jackboot thug pig decides he wants to pull you over. Take a look around, assess your situation, assess your scene. You want to pull over in a place where there's going to be other people who could film the interaction. You want to pull over into a gas station, a rest stop, a Quickie Mart, wherever the exit is, a 7-Eleven, where you know they're going to have cameras on the outside of that building so that if this is the last video that you're in, we get to see what happens to you. And, remember, the reason why I'm standing inside of my car right now telling this guy what a pig he is because I took full control of this garbage by invoking my rights from the moment the jackboot thug pig pulled me over. There was never a doubt that I was in charge. Was there ever a doubt? I'm just wondering. Was there ever a doubt? When I go to the beginning of this stop here, when I go all the way back to here, right to here.
Proceed to the room. Hi, I'm Corporal with the Zaki County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over is you don't have any tail lights on. Is there any reason you did not pull over when I activated my lights?
So right there, he wants me to answer a question. He's trying to impose his will upon me where I'm answering to him. I have a family member. I'll spare any labels of the family member. I have someone I'm related to that when this person comes in the room, they'll say, hey, can you put that glass on the kitchen sink? If you agree to put the glass on the kitchen sink, the person, my family member, will follow it up with, can you put the sponge in the sink? Can you just wipe that counter off real quick? Yeah, just get the sugar and put it up in the cabinet. Just wipe that counter off real fast. Hey, can you just load the dishwasher? That's what happens. So this jackboot thug pig asked me a question.
You don't have any tail lights on. Is there any reason you did not pull over when I activated my lights?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
47-11-37.
Here's my
Now I'm in charge. He tried to get me to answer to him, and I said, I'm not going to answer to you. Dismissive. And now after that, I'm just going to...
Here's my license.
Here's my license.
Registration and my proof of insurance.
My proof of insurance.
Here's the insurance.
There's the insurance.
Here's the rental car agreement.
There's everything.
And my driver's license is right here.
He once again...
Well, didn't I just say it's right here?
Yeah.
He says, give me your license. I'm pulling it out of the back of my phone. He asked me for my license again. So now I said, well, didn't I just say I'm taking it out right here?
You do. Let's see how you do.
Then I say, let's see how you do. I'm your boss.
Waylon.
Is this your current address on
Now he goes to question me again.
Santa Monica Boulevard in California?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
There it is. Now he gets my ire. Now he gets me where I'm in my element. I've invoked my rights. I am powerful.
Okay.
If you ask me another question, you're violating my rights, and I'll file a lawsuit against you. Write your ticket, do what you're going to do, but don't harass me any further. You have every relevant information you need. Go do your job or I'll sue you. Get the hell out of my face. There's everything you need. Go on.
Just like that. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Jim. That's how you do it. Rights on. That's how you do it. You invoke your rights. That's what makes you powerful. That's what makes me an 800-pound gorilla. So many people will say, try doing that if you're black. Try doing that if you're brown. Well, I am brown. I'm Colombian. Me llamo Jose Maria de Castro. So I am doing it. I'm doing it just like that. But I take full control of the stop. There's never a moment of doubt of who's in charge. I'm in charge. I'm the boss. You're the public servant. You're here to serve my needs. You answer to me. What's the first thing you have to do to be powerful? You have to invoke your rights, whether you use the trifold, whether you use the cop card, whether you use something you wrote down on a piece of paper yourself that you can then prove it on camera that I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Whatever it takes. I made this indestructible card. I sell it for $10. I give you 2 pair for $10. So you can give a pair away. That's the 1 through 6. Just follow it. Does it sound like I've done this before? I just showed you 3 pullovers of mine. All 3, I lambasted those pigs. When you leave a pullover, how are you feeling? Are you feeling shaky? Are you feeling violated? Be honest. Put a 1 in the chat if when you get pulled over, when that cop leaves you, you feel violated and you feel disturbed and you feel like your rights were infringed. When I leave a pullover, I do a funky dance. I got to just dominate a pig. The $100 I had to pay for the tail light ticket, which, by the way, fighting the ticket included just massive amounts of paperwork. And then I got to prove, and then I got to go through. It's just crap. But for $100, I got to just whap that pig. Just show him looking like the jackboot thug pig he is. You didn't pull over where I told you to. I got to just destroy that pig. Destroy him. I got to beat him down. I love it. I love it. James has got his cards in his wallet. The only time the yellow and black cards come out is when there's a pig in your midst. I'm with you, Basil. That's why I have my emotional support animal. My emotional support animal is right here next to me, right here. And then I got me and my gun right here next to that. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Now listen, I'll be honest with you. Rick over here at Good Luck America. I used to be subscribed. I should resubscribe. He is a freedom fighter. I don't know. He has a real boot licking position. Rick over here at Good Luck America. I like you, Rick, but you got some boot licking position still because he was a pig for years. So he denounces the pigs and what they do now, but he still has a very boot licking perception. He still sees things as a boot licker. So Good Luck America is the name of the channel. Let's check out a couple minutes.
It was on camera because the pesky citizen hit the police officer, according to him.
Pull into the parking lot.
Good grief. Here we go. An ego, being a damn fool. You would think he's running right out this way, but he notices a car behind him that comes up on him fast and disrespected his ownership of the road. So instead of letting the car pass him, or pulling over and letting the car pass, or pulling over and slowing down so the car will pass, he does this crazy U-turn in the middle of an intersection, almost hitting another car. Watch this U-turn. This truck pass, immediate U-turn, all the way. Double U-turn, almost hits this car.
What the flock?
Scoots around this car. This guy's like, oh, I'm going to pull over because he turned on his lights. Then he rams him. Then he says he slammed his brakes on in front of him. So I want everybody to notice how far this guy had stopped before he got there. Plenty of time. He could have went straight. He could have stopped here. He could have pulled up next to him. But you'll hear the cop say he pulled in front of him, or he tapped his brakes and made me hit him.
Without the camera, this guy goes to prison and the cop gets away with it.
See, where these two people made a mistake is they immediately should have held their neck and said, I need an ambulance.
Well, if they don't have a dash cam, put a 1 in the chat if you have a dash cam. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a dash cam. Oh, did you read the Mullen? I've sent out that Mullen Commission. You guys can get the Mullen Commission from my website. See that we're down there where he put Mullen Commission? You can get the Mullen Commission, a 3-year study on police. that was conducted from 1992 to 1994. And you'll find out what these jackboot thug pigs are all about if you read them all in. You get it from my website, deletelaws.com, for free. So you got to have a dash cam. Someone just sent me today. They just sent me a picture of their dash cam because I'm such a proponent of the dash cam. It's just, I'm such a proponent of this dash cam. And I want to show you guys. He sent me the pictures today. I don't think you can recognize the guy, but he just sent me a picture. Oops, I guess I just go like that. There he is. That's my guy right there. He just sent me a picture, and then he just sent me a picture of his dash cam right there. He just went out and got a dash cam. I teach you guys all the time to make sure you get a dash cam. You know. Yeah, you know, I mean, I teach James. I loved your video about the racist history of police laws. It's sad that the laws were created for blacks. It's sad. I mean, it's pathetic. It shows how deep racism really has ruined this country and continues to ruin this country today. It sucks. But the laws created for blacks are now used on all of us. Put a 1 in the chat if you're not black and laws are used against you. Put a 1 in the chat if you are black and you know the laws were created for you. Laws were created for blacks, for black people. However you want me to say it, I don't give a shit. Laws were created for the black race. Just wrap that around your head for a second. We never had officer safety until 3 years after the 1964 Civil Rights Act that truly made blacks in America free. Blacks were not freed in 1954 with Brown versus Board of Education, where they desegregated our country. Blacks were not freed with the 13th Amendment in 1865. Blacks were freed with the 1964 Civil Rights Act. 10 years after Brown versus Board of Education desegregated America, for 10 years, sheriffs and police departments around America kept segregation in place. So I'm giving you guys the absolute facts. I'm giving you the absolute facts. I'm not black. I'm Latino, and I'm kind of a light white color cream here. So I understand that some of the benefits I get from not being arrested by pigs because I'm white. Now, that doesn't always work, does it? If you're poor, or if you're not educated, or if the cop has a hard on for you and you don't have your cop card in your pocket, or you don't have the trifold, you might get railroaded. So we know the laws were created for blacks, but there's a lot of ones in the chat of people who are not black who are being persecuted and prosecuted by the laws created for black people. So just interesting observation.
And not done anything because they were in pain. But because he got them to pull over and everything, that lessens their ability to come back now later. Now he's pissed off.
Pull into the parking lot. Pull into the parking lot.
Yeah, because I just hit you. Now I'm going to show you who's boss.
60 Hot Springs.
Listen to radio traffic.
And one of the normal units over here to.
And why is he even after this guy?
Shoot factory. Had a car slam on the brakes in front of me.
Had a car slam on the brakes in front of me. He wasn't in front of you till you made a U-turn. Had a car.
Listen to what the cop says.
Shoot factory. Had a car slam on the brakes in front of me.
Had a car slam on the brakes in front of me. He wasn't in front of you till you made a U-turn and shot around and sped up on him. Just outrageous behavior. Oh, he's got the hat that turns everybody that puts one on into a dick. Shocking.
Sure, sir.
Why are you pulling me over?
Because you were following me too closely and nearly rammed me.
No.
So he was following him too closely and nearly rammed him. So I'm going to ram you. Perfect.
I did not. You slammed on your brakes. You had no brake. You had no turn signal, nothing.
I had to turn around on a car without speeding. I'm doing my job out here, sir.
He was turning around on a car that was speeding.
I'm doing my job.
That was bullshit. I want to see the radar. Why didn't he go after a car that was speeding? So the car speeding is less of a risk to the public than this guy being too close? Dickhead.
You hit me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll see you in fucking court, dude.
16 on the break. Nearly ran me. Turned around. Behind it. Slammed on the brakes in front of me. Stop. 38.
There's just an echo. I thought maybe there was a speaker problem or an echo.
Check it out and look at my car. Hey, take a seat in the car right now. We're on traffic.
Neither one of them is complaining of pain, which is going to help their case, which they should be, because it's going to hurt later. When you get rear-ended, it snaps your neck.
Stop right now.
Hey,
Okay.
You hit my fucking car.
We're on traffic stop right now.
Out here.
I want to see the damage done to my
Give me a minute. We're on traffic stop right now.
Being subjected to a jackboot thug pig after he hits your car, you take that very personally, whether you like it or not.
Once I get done with my traffic stop, we're falling too closely.
As soon as I get done with my traffic stop, these pigs think they own you and everything about America.
You hit me.
You stopped in the middle of the roadway, sir.
No,
I didn't stop. I got over and I was in the lane.
You
trying to
stopped in the
speed
lane.
back up. No, I was trying to speed back up.
Okay, sir.
Slammed on your gas.
Okay.
And you hit us.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I told you why I stopped you because you were following me too closely.
But I wasn't.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
I sure do.
You don't need your ID.
Yes, I do. Actually, for the accident report that you so want, sir.
Yeah.
No. You do not have to give that jackboot thug pig your identification. It's number 4 on your 5th Amendment cop card. Cop demands ID, says he has RAS. While filming, you say, I plead the 5th Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No IDs required. So that's all you have to say. On some of the cop cards, I put tape on them when I mailed them out, and a few people got damaged. If you can't use your cop card, hit me up and I'll send you another one. If it's usable, but I will replace it for you. It's just that simple. If you had any damage on your cop card, I'll replace your cop card for you. Hopefully it doesn't end up crushing me here because I put tape on about 100 cop cards. But if your cop card is ruined from the tape, I will replace your cop card. That's just how it has to go. Let me see. Yeah, see, I'm peeling the tape off this one right now, and I'm not sure if you can see that. There's tape right there. You can kind of see it. I'm peeling the tape off this one right here, and on some of the cop cards, you can peel the tape away, and there won't be any damage on it. But sometimes I see that there's no damage on this one, and I peeled the tape away. But on some cop cards, apparently they got damaged because I taped them together. It'd just be easier to get through the mail service. But if there's any damage on your cop card, don't hesitate to hit me up. See, like this one, I peeled the tape off this one, and that's what I tested it already before I did it. I peeled all the tape off that, and there's absolutely no damage on it. But if you peeled the tape off yours, and there's a slight scuff where the tape was on this one. If there's any like if it's like this, have a little mercy on me. Your card will still work if it's just slightly scuffed on the edge. But if it peeled a bunch of letters off and you can't read it, then just hit me up and I'll send you another one. That's just, you got to do good business.
You want it.
Okay.
You fucking hit me.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's pissed.
Fucking hit me.
That you so want, sir.
Yeah.
I do want it.
Okay.
You fucking hit me.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You fucking hit me.
Oh, he had a child. He said, I don't give a fuck. And he showed a little aggression in his voice. Aggression in his voice means you better fight. Cop has to fight you.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's pissed off because he hit him, and now he's going to exert excessive force and go into physical force on this guy. What a piece of shit.
Between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Okay. Get out. Okay. Get out the car. I'm getting out. There's no need for that.
Really? There's no need for him to say you fucking hit me, but there's a need for what you're doing? Tyrannical, out of call. It's always these freaking ticket writing egomaniac punks that won't go out and deal with a real criminal but they'll pick on the pesky citizens that won't fight back.
Why are you doing that?
You're under arrest for disorderly conduct, sir.
I call you dad.
He's under arrest for disorder. I mean, look at him down on his knees. Like, look at this. It's just so amazing to me.
But there's a need for which exert.
Okay, I'm get out the car.
Look, okay, so let me do what I do here, guys. Thanks for coming to the channel. I appreciate it. But let me do what I do here when I break down videos. I'm going to kill the sound on this. I'm only going to show this 5 seconds of a moment right here. Okay. But watch how this beta male, one of my latissimus dorsi is bigger than his entire body. One lat I have is bigger than this whole guy. And so he says, he curses at him, says, "You damaged my effing car." And he has a little aggression. Cop opens the door, grabs him. Look, he doesn't even know how you, so just so you know, you don't go over a shoulder, you go under the armpit. Your right hand, just so you know, I wrestled for over 30 years of my life. You grab an arm, but then your hand goes under the armpit and you pull the arm back. This is a lever. If you hold the wrist with this hand, if I hold your wrist with this hand and this is your left arm and I have your left arm, if I grab the wrist here, I don't want to go on top of your shoulder. If I grab your wrist here, I want to go under your shoulder and then suck your shoulder to me. So I have your arm spread across my body as your tricep is across my chest here. Now I can control your body because I have your entire shoulder and it's locked to my body. My body weighs 210 pounds. So once I have your shoulder locked to my body, I can then move you by simply contorting my body. And this cop, of course, has no idea how to do any of that. He's an absolute beta male chumpzilla. He doesn't know what he's doing. Has no idea what he's doing. Pulls him out of the car. Now he grabs him by the back of the neck like he's a dog or something. Like he's a dog. Like, why would you allow that to happen to you like that? And this guy just crumbles down like a little bitch. Why would I just go down to my knees and crumble? I'm not going to do that. Now he's got him by is that by the hair or by the back of his shirt like he's a dog? And look at this guy's little 20-pound wrist right here. The guy's arm's about as big as a toothpick. Look how tiny this little guy is, this little beta male who wants all the power. This is the reason why he signed up to be a pig, so that he could do this to people and they wouldn't fight back. Now this guy is clearly given up. Look, he's lacing his fingers behind his head. He's lacing his fingers behind his head. Takes off his hat and he's putting his hat in the car. I mean, this guy could not give up anymore. He's on his knees. Now he's putting his hands behind his back. Oh God. We've created a system in this country that is just some dog shit. I cannot submit to these things.
There's no need for that. There's no need for cussing. There's no need for cussing. Sergeant, stand up. Stand up.
You ain't come around.
Okay. Come on.
See this now. I resubscribe to Rick at Good Luck America, even though he has some cop sucking perspective. Because listen to what he says here. This is the reason I resubscribed.
Sergeant, stand up. Stand up.
You ain't come around.
Okay.
He points out the small, intricate details of the treatment that you're getting.
Come on.
Nice. Wow. Those Arkansas State Police, man, those guys are good. They got the dick hats on.
They got the dick hats on? So remember, this cop whipped the Yui, the double Yui, and then rammed the other guy's car. And now he's arrested the man.
Ma'am, there was no need for cussing me out. Until he can calm down and act like an adult, he's going to sit back in his car.
Okay, so it's right there on the driver or the non-driver Fifth Amendment cop card. It's also on your trifold. It's plain as day. What did he just say? He just said, "No need to curse me out." Number 5. Number 6, cop says he's calling in a dog to search your car. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm on the wrong card here. Number 5, language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. While filming, you state my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. First Amendment upheld by the 1971 case of Cohen versus California. Cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. It's right there. What the cop does is in the black. Number 5, you told the cop off, vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or that. My right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. You have to show the law that the cop, the right that the cop is violating.
He's got to act like an adult. You ripping him out of the car and using physical force on the knees and handcuffing him is acting like an adult. What a freaking idiot, man. I'm telling you, the tyranny in this country is just out of control. And people are okay with this. This happens every time I see one of these videos. There's 100 that we don't see, and you'll have the blue line kiss butts coming here going, oh man, this isolated incident, and all the cops are good, and you're just making us look bad. Okay, whatever.
You gonna talk to me? You gonna let me talk?
You're going to let me talk is what he says. That was in the old trifold. So Ram Guntham down here asked if I plead the fifth, and he asked me to get out of the car. Number 2 is where you say I plead the fifth. Okay. Then number 3 here on both let me not confuse you guys. Number 3 on the driver and the non-driver card, even after you've pled the Fifth Amendment, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. And this is on the non-driver card. So the girl sitting in the passenger seat right now, she's a non-driver. If you've already, number 1, you started filming. Number 2, you pled the Fifth Amendment. Number 3, cop asks you to get out of the vehicle, exit and state, I plead the Fifth Amendment again. See how there's 2 of them? The 2 yellow bars, the one above it is number 2, where the cop approaches and says any words to you at all. While filming, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Number 3, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. Exit and state, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I do not consent to searches or seizures. And that's on the non-driver card. On the driver card, it's the exact same thing. Cop, number 2 is I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. Then on number 3 down there, cop asks you to exit the vehicle. While filming, exit and lock the door, show the card or state I do not consent to searches or seizures. So the cop can demand you out of the car. And he can demand to take you out of the car. At the same time, though, while you're being demanded to be taken out of the car, that's your opportunity to invoke your rights. You understand? Pistol P Rex is here. What's going on, Pistol P Rex? What is going on with my buddy? What is going on, Pistol Pete? I just seen you in the comments. I just seen you. You know, my mom was a real she was a real dirty judges and prosecutors. There's Pistol Pete. Pistol Rex, what's going on, my brother? You know, my mom was such an English Nazi when I grew up. And so I understand the proper nomenclature in almost any given verbal situation. However, I still will say things like, I seen it. I tell you, I went over there and I seen it. I know it's not the proper word. I just use it just to kind of drive my mom a little bit crazy, I guess you would say. But
He's trying to interrupt me the entire time now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Until he can calm down and stop cussing me out for no reason. So I'm trying to explain to him. Bullshit. But he doesn't want to let me talk, okay?
Yeah. So I wanted to look up the Arkansas statute on disorderly conduct, and it's kind of vague, which is bad when it's vague because that gives police the opportunity to arrest you, and then the DA says, no, that's not what it means, but you still get arrested and booked and searched. So engage in fighting or in violence, threatening, makes unreasonable excessive. I don't what the hell do they mean by tumultuous behavior? I don't even know what the hell.
So is tumultuous behavior me telling him that I think he's a jackboot thug pig, and I wish in a real world I could meet him at the gym, stomp a mud hole in his ass? Is that tumultuous behavior? Engages in fighting or violent? How do you engage in or violent threaten? What are you talking about? I wish I could beat the shit out of you, but it's illegal. Unless you want to go down to the gym, sign a waiver, I can knock your teeth out.
That freaking means. Let's see what Google says. See if I can define what that is for theirs. Making loud confusion.
So I'm going to come back to that, what Rick's talking about right here.
human being and stop cussing me out for no reason. So I'm trying to explain to him.
Bullshit.
But he doesn't want to let me talk, okay?
That's not the point. You don't have to let that pig talk. You know, the cop card's one thing, but the trifold actually has two different sections where we list two different case law. Both are from the Supreme Court. Both of them are from the Supreme Court. I curse out cops, number 7, Cohen versus California. By these words, you get to know the depths of my feelings. Justice Harlan said in the holding, one man's vulgarity is another man's lyric. That's number 7. Number 8 on the trifold, cursing out cops. Houston versus Hill. Expressive disorder is inevitable in a society that's dedicated to individual freedom and must be protected if that freedom can survive. Mr. Hill interrupted cops, and I can interrupt you as well. By the way, you get a free set of cop cards with your trifold. I got, actually, you know, I ordered these and I thought I ordered 1,000. I ordered 5,000. So I'm going to start giving these away like hotcakes. Buy one, get one free on the Fifth Amendment cop card. If you buy a trifold, I'll give you a set of cop cards for free. That's how dedicated I am to this purpose, to this mission. This is what I'm doing. I still make money. I still make a buck or two. People keep talking to cops. They keep on not invoking their rights, and it's driving me absolutely crazy.
So I wanted to look up the Arkansas statute on disorderly conduct, and it's kind of vague, which is bad when it's vague because that gives police the opportunity to arrest you, and then the DA says, no, that's not what it means, but you still get arrested and booked and searched. So engage in fighting or in violence, threatening, makes unreasonable excessive. I don't, what the hell do they mean by tumultuous behavior? I don't even know what the hell that freaking means. Let's see what Google says. See if I can define what that is for theirs. Making loud, confused noise. Excited or confused or disorderly. Man, that's freaking pretty vague. Makes unreasonable in a public place. He was in his car, but he's still in a public place, but he's being detained. And most disorderly conducts, the government cannot be the victim. I don't know what it is in Arkansas. In California, a cop cannot charge you with disorderly conduct unless someone else complains. As a cop, they cannot complain. They must have a citizen complain. So this is a very vague law, which is why.
So he was upset he was getting interrupted and that they were being a great big meanie. Oh, is that right? Is that what you just did? Stomper, did you just get 5 memberships? Stomper, God bless you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Stomper, I just want to make sure that you got a trifold in your car or you have a Fifth Amendment cop card in your car. So please make sure you have those in your car, Stomper. If you don't, you reach out and you contact me. If anybody can't afford, I sell this for 20. I sell the cop cards for 10. If you can't afford this, you contact me and I'll send it to you via email for free. And then you can print it out and you can have multiple copies because this is polypropylene paper. So this paper doesn't really break down. This particular kind of material isn't paper. It's polypropylene. It doesn't break down like paper does. However, Stomper, I'll email you over a copy of the PDF and then you can have multiple pieces of paper in your car. Put them all over your car so you always have a trifold in your car. Anybody, it doesn't matter who you are, I'll give you a PDF of my trifold for free. I sell it online for $9. I actually want to take it down and force people to get an actual physical trifold in their car. But I think I might do that because a lot of people, I think that they get the print at home trifold or they get the print at home cop cards, and I don't know if they print them out. Right on, Stamper. Just want to make sure that Stomper. I just want to make sure that you have everything in your car. I want to make sure you're good to go.
This cop's going to arrest him and play these freaking games. It's bullshit. Oh, he's mad because he's talking. Let me show you who's boss. Let me walk back here with my gun and my taser, my badge, and my dick hat.
Yeah, my dick hat.
16 ounce. You gonna calm down or not?
Yeah. Yeah, because this is the biggest loss that you're ever going to face. I want your badge number and I want your name written down for me.
I wonder if anything ever happened of this.
Look, asking for name and badge number in the middle of stop is really kind of, you're going to get it when you leave. Wait till it's over.
No, that's bad advice. Sorry, Rick. This is the reason why I unsubscribed from your channel. Actually, when I demand the name and badge number of the pigs, it's at an opportune moment so that I can put them on the defensive. So I'm not going to wait till the end to ask for their name and badge number, and I don't suggest you do either. You take control of the stop by invoking your rights immediately, and I'll ask for the name and badge number when it's appropriate for me to be able to stop their flow and their cadence. And that's what I want to do by asking them for their name and badge number.
Just asking for it in the middle just gives them more reason to.
No,
you can do it.
You're wrong, Rick. Rick's wrong. Rick's an ex-pig. So I do like you, Rick. I've evolved on you, bro. I'm an acquired taste myself, so I hope we can be friends, Ricky.
Because you're going to say sure, then I'm not going to have you sit out here and curse at me for no reason.
So he's repeating again that he's not going to have him curse at him for no reason. That's a violation of his First Amendment right, and there's multiple case law backing that up.
There's no fit to, you're not incriminating yourself, sir.
Yes, there is. You're always incriminating yourself if there's a pig in your presence.
When I said sure, I just want your badge number. I just want your badge number and your name.
Okay.
That's all I want.
Okay.
He's gonna.
I just want him trying to get him.
Fuck you.
But he doesn't want it. He wants to continue yelling at me for no
Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what the gentleman just said.
reason. No reason for him to yell at me, and they don't just yell at people for no reason. And so I don't know what his malicious, if he has malicious intents or not.
If you don't know if he had malicious intent, you whipped a U-turn and you smashed into the back of his car. You jackboot thug pig.
I don't know if he has malicious intent, so I don't know if anybody in the world has malicious intent, so I'll just go around and arrest everybody because I don't know if they have malicious intent.
Well, no, Rick, first he'll slam into them with his car and then say, "Are you picking a fight with me?"
I'll just arrest everybody. Perfect.
Oh, the instance, man, I need you to calm down. There's
I don't
for no reason.
Sorry about that.
And so I don't know.
Sorry about that, Ohio accountability. Let me shut my mouth so you can hear what he says. I hate that, so I'll just be quiet for a second.
No reason for him to yell at me, and they don't just yell at people for no reason. And so I don't know what his malicious, if he has malicious intents or not.
I don't know if he has malicious intent, so I don't know if anybody in the world has malicious intent, so I'll just go around and arrest everybody because I don't know if they have malicious intent. I'll just arrest everybody. Perfect.
Oh, the instance, man, I need you to calm down. There's
Pussy cake.
in the middle of the road for no reason.
Sergeant.
What do you say?
How did his trunk get popped? There's is the original body camera? I don't think Rick makes it available. Is the original body camera in here? I don't see it. Where's the original body camera? Because his trunk was not open.
Pussy cake.
In the middle of the road for no reason.
Another pig magically shows up.
What do you say?
And now the trunk is open. How'd that trunk get open? And who opened it and why?
Turn around. Yeah. Turned around. When I turned around, he started laying on the floor. Okay. You're going to lay on your floor.
Where's my fucking trunk open?
So when I turned around, turned back around to come behind.
He just said, "Why's my effing trunk open?"
I didn't hit him.
No way, the camera shows me.
What is it? See where the dust is gone?
Just to move some dust. What about your part? Did he get you in the rear? Okay, I heard someone was following him too close.
Yeah, he said he was following too close. That's why he stopped when he spun around and hit him.
I hit him.
So you hit him?
Yeah. When I turned around and pulled him over, he slammed on the brake for in front of my wife.
Look how these morons wear their hats. I mean, look at their hats. Look at both of them. They look like clowns.
So you hit him?
Yeah. When I turned around and pulled
Look at that guy's hat. Just take a look at how he's wearing his hat. If you think you wearing a hat around that makes you cool, you might be a douchebag. You might be a douchebag. It is the douchiest looking thing I think I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, when you wear your hat like that, you think you're some sort of military jackboot thug pig badass. You just look like a douche. And believe me, man, I was a time in my life where I would wear my hat like, oh, I think I'm a real tough guy. No one likes it. No one wants a tough guy. You don't want it. I don't want to deal with you, dude. Nobody really wants to fight you, man. That's only when you're young. When you get a little older, no one really wants to have a fist fight. They suck. And this is like an attitude, the way they wear that hat.
him over and they slammed on the brake for in front of my wife's sirens. And I couldn't stop the time.
Look at the douchey.
Yeah, I got her.
I mean, how douchey does that look?
And I can stop that.
I mean, just take a look at that. That doesn't look douchey to you? Put a 1 in the chat if that looks douchey.
Yeah, I got her driver.
Look at him over here.
They got Eunice responding code 3. Are you kidding me?
They have Eunice responding code 3 to a guy who fell on his knees out of his car and then easily go into the torture cuffs and then is in the back of the car encased to the girlfriend crying in the passenger seat, and they're coming in code 3, sirens blazing.
Which I was not following closely. I had enough time to stop clearly, and I still had almost a motorcycle car length between us, so I was not following too closely. If not more, yeah, if not more, at least a motorcycle, if not more, like straight motorcycle.
Yeah, that's not a good statement saying I was following with a motorcycle in between us. That's going to be a little too close. He just screwed himself by admitting he was following him too.
No, he screwed himself by talking to the cop, Rick. But remember, Rick has a pig perspective.
Straight motorcycle.
Yeah, that's not a good statement saying I was following with a motorcycle in between us. That's going to be a little too close.
So he still has that perspective that pigs are going to correct your driving by giving you a ticket for following too close. Put a 1 in the chat if that's not going to affect your driving. It's just a bunch of shit. It's a reason to pull you over, to make up a reason to pull you over. But Rick's not saying that.
He just screwed himself by admitting
he screwed himself by talking to the pig.
He was following him too close.
He should have invoked his First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights.
It's not a car length. I guarantee I had a car length because I had plenty of time to.
Car length. You already said a motorcycle. Now you lost credibility because you ran your mouth instead of not saying anything. Like I tell you, people don't ever talk to freaking cops. It never helps you.
There it is, Rick. We agree, Rick. We don't agree all the time, buddy, but we agree on that one.
Slow down. And I honked at him because if I did that, that's illegal. I know. I'm flustered and I'm pissed off.
Cops don't like you yelling at them and shit. What, they got their special little law? You can't yell at them. There's something special. Maybe they need a few people to slap their hats off their head and they won't think they're so damn special. Not that I'm encouraging violence.
Be written.
But I would like to knock that stupid hat off his head.
To arrest me?
I mean, look at this beta male.
Cool, I just want, well, whatever, you detain me for no reason. And I will be suing him, and I want his name and his badge number. But he said it wasn't a matter that he hit me. It didn't matter. But it does matter. You hit me. Fucking sue me, bro.
Oh, they're going to let him go. Probably say he's only detained. The best thing this guy could do is be very calm.
And
I know
shut
it's hard,
up.
But so when
and shut up so you can file your lawsuit without going to jail.
the sergeant shows up, he doesn't see that you're being a jerk. If you're still a jerk, the sergeant's less likely to want to override the officer.
If you're still a jerk, this is the pig perspective and why I unsubscribed, Rick. I hope you see this, Rick. This is the reason why I unsubscribed from your channel, bro. Just so you can hear your own words, dude.
Probably say he's only detained.
Okay, he's only detained, right. Don't give them your ID unless they take you to the jail.
The best thing this guy could do is be very calm.
And be quiet so that you can preserve all rights.
No, it's hard. But
of course it's hard when you're being bullied and picked on by using the color of law.
So when a sergeant shows up, he doesn't.
So when a sergeant shows up, you have a bigger dickhead on the scene. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that a supervisor means a bigger dick with more experience being a dick.
See that you're being a jerk. If you're still...
No, it doesn't matter how you're being, Rick. You want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. It has nothing to do with pissing off the sergeant who's another pig.
A jerk, the sergeant's less likely to want to.
The sergeant's less likely to help you anyway. The sergeant's working with his blue line thug gang member. Put a 1 in the chat if the sergeant is there to back up his gang member. Has nothing to do with your behavior. You're only invoking your Fifth Amendment and respecting your Fifth Amendment so that you can file proper litigation later and you don't have to go to jail because a jackboot thug pig is butthurt and wants to arrest you.
Override the officer.
Did he just say override?
see that you're being a jerk. If you're still a jerk, the sergeant's less likely to want to override the officer.
Put a 1 in the chat if the sergeant has never overridden the officer. Put a 1 in the chat if you've called for a supervisor and that supervisor has never, ever overridden the cop in front of you. Let me put the 1 in the chat for me. I've called a supervisor 20 times. Supervisor never overruled the pig in front of me. Supervisor backs the pig up. Put a 1 in the chat if that's the experience you've had. So I don't know exactly what Rick is talking about here.
Is be very calm. I know it's hard, but so when a sergeant shows up, he doesn't see that you're being a jerk. If you're still a jerk, the sergeant's less likely to want to override the officer.
Is that right? Is that right, Rick? Is that correct? Well, Ricky, if you take a look at the chat here, Ricky, and I like Rick. I don't like his pig perspective, but I do like that he's standing up against these pigs. His Uvalde breakdown, by the way, Uvalde, Rick, I haven't shared your Uvalde breakdown, Uvalde, Texas, but Rick did a full breakdown on several videos on Uvalde. I watched all of his videos, and he was correct in his assessment. However, he still has a pig perspective that he believes the sergeant's going to come there and override the officer. And according to this, has anybody ever had a pig show up who's a supervisor and override the officer? Put a 2 in the chat if that's ever happened. Put a 2 in the chat if a pig showed up where you requested a supervisor and the supervising pig overrode the original pig who had you all hemmed up. Oh, it's happened, Basil? So Basil's got 1. And I know Basil's no pig sucker. So Basil has 1. Put a 2 in the chat if the pig supervisor has showed up and changed the situation. It's happened for Jim. It's happened for Jim. 0. Stanley says 0. Put a 0 in the chat if that's never happened for you. That's never happened for me. The only time I ever had a pig, well, number 1, there was a guy when I was a kid named Greg Russell who was the only cop that ever treated me fairly. And then there was a time in LA during the actor strike of, was it 2008 or 2010? And at the time I was a full-time actor and that's all I did for a living. And the actor strike, I got pulled over. I had no insurance. I had no registration and my license was expired. Those 3 things had happened to me. Because I didn't have any money to pay for the renewal and I wasn't going to do anything but acting. But then when they went on strike, I was turned upside down and I got pulled over by this pig. And as soon as he came up, I was at this point where I was like, you got me, dude. I said, you got me. I have no insurance. I have no registration. I have no driver's license. The strike has made it so I haven't had work in almost a year. You got me, dude. That pig went back to his car and came back up and gave me back my expired registration and my expired driver's license and said, my wife is also an actress and she's been dying because there's no work. So I'm going to let you go on this one. I can count how many times the cops have been decent to me. So that was one of the times where if his wife wasn't an actress, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
But it doesn't make any difference. And what you did, I didn't slam on my brakes. That's not my wife. That's fine. I didn't slam on my brakes, so.
He put his brakes on because when a cop pulls up behind you or whips a U-turn, you're supposed to yield to the right. He was doing that. And this guy is sitting there with the glasses on. We all know that he cheated, that he's a scumbag.
See, by intimidating him, getting him handcuffs and detaining them, this is how the cops get you to admit that you're not hurt. Are you okay? We just want to get you out of here. If you're not hurt, we're gonna give you a verbal warning. And they try to cut some deals so you can't come back, and they'll use your statements against you.
You don't say anything to cops.
So you arrested him for cussing at you, man.
He just wanted to start cussing me out, and I told him I was going to deal with that. So
Take him out of the torture cuffs.
Uh-oh, he's got tattoos. Oh, here we go.
I'm good. I'm good. I need to wait. Good, sir. I gotta get back. I gotta get back in my car. My wife. I'm good. I'm good. I need to wait.
Surprised they're not shooting him for moving around.
Dude is like, he's not a fitness athlete, this guy who got pulled over, but
Finding his wallet.
You can.
He's reaching for a gun. Kill him. Then he can't sue us.
You can tell by the way he walks across here, though, that he's not happy. This is the swagger he's got.
Be confident in what you did right. Turn and everything. Talk about when you first did the turn back straight over.
These people are smart. They'll go straight to the hospital from here. Get x-rays for damage. He's got a clipboard. It could be a weapon. I thought he was going to throw it at me. Shoot him. Pow, 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 pow.
Section that states following me too close behind me and parking on a highway, which is in the same subsection.
Parking on the highway?
As it states, no vehicle shall stop, park on a highway in front of a business area. You want to go to court on that state time? You have any questions? Call number right there. There's that for you.
When does this have to be paid by if I do end up paying?
If you want to pay it, as long as you pay it before court, you don't have to go to court.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But if you want to go to court, you can always go to court. There's all the information. And he's finished up reporting now.
And this guy just is a piece of shit.
And I guess this is the end. A little earning hate. And not there.
A highway patrol trooper who was caught on camera ripping a face mask off a protester at the state capitol has now been fired.
It doesn't really matter which video we show. It's just that one bad piggy in that area. Just one bad pig. Just one bad pig. It's just one bad piggy. Put a 1 in the chat if it's not just one bad apple. They're all bad. Basil has it correct. They're all bad. They're all bad. They all join the same gang. We're living in dystopia. We're living in an unfree country. We're living in the worst of the worst situation possible. We're living with a Supreme Court that works against us, and there's no third party to oversee cops and hold them accountable. And that's what has to change. And this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So we don't stop. All right, I got to take the kids to wrestling practice, so I'm going to get over there, and I got a couple more things I'm doing. I'm going to get the flock out of here. I do appreciate you guys coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I saw so many. John, Amy, give me an OTVO in the chat if you would, please. B8, good to see you. Put OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. OTVO, or put JBTP in the chat. Ohio Accountability Ohio, good to see you. Butch the Original, good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Episode 17 of American Patriots coming out on Friday, I believe. Gloria, it's nice to see you. Chuck P, what's going on, my friend? Love the videos you've been sending me. Will Bell, good to see you, my friend. Ann, it's nice to see you. The Benson, nice to see you. Good to see you. Chille, please give me a drive for the Chille, please. Chille, please give me a drive for Chille, please give me a drive home. Oh, you mean where I just sit and talk about some stuff and then you can kind of listen to it as you drive along the road? Sure, I could probably do one of those. Love you too, Gloria. It's good to see you. James, it's nice to see you guys. Chad Jones, good to see you. Thank you so much. Love you. Working hard, Chuck. You know that. We don't stop. We don't stop. Remember, the Fifth Amendment cop cards are buy one, get one free. Fifth Amendment cop cards are buy one, get one free. And if you order a trifold, I will give you a Fifth Amendment cop card in your envelope for free. Good to see you, Pistol P Rex. Thank you for coming. Butch the Original, so good to see you. Shanta, you got your t-shirt, I hope. I think I sent that a while back. Yeah, that's an old one. So my brain just picks up little tidbits of information that I got to see. OTVO, says Mark. What is going on? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. David, a new member. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. You guys, listen, make sure that you have the literature in your car. Make sure you use your camera like a ninja warrior. I got to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.